All right, everybody ready? Let's go.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good, YouTube and Twitch? It's your boy Vexus, the Lurking Legend. Y'all can just call me Vex. Super happy to be back in action. We are the Scarlet Pirates, and we're here for another wonderful session of One Piece D&D. Crawling through the North Blue 24 some odd years ago, in the dawn of the Golden Age of Piracy. It is so good to be back, honestly. Much needed break week though. I had a lot of IRL stuff going on, but we are here for the most part. Unfortunately, we are going to be one player down for tonight. Ragnar is not going to be with us, so I'm going to be handling his character and getting that all figured out. But we do have the rest of the wonderful players, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce in just a moment. Just wanted to also, say obligatory, get some housekeeping out of the way, is that if you guys haven't already, check the links in the description. You can join my Discord, be a part of the post-session discussion when we continue to cook after the sessions. Just make sure you hop in there, grab the lurking role, and then grab the TTRPG role, and then you should be able to see literally the VC that we're in right now and hop in once we're done. There's also a bunch of other great parts of the Discord where we're going to be talking like I talk about stuff like cooking, gaming, other anime and manga, other tabletops, TCGs and stuff like that. So it's always a good time there. Make sure you hop in. Also, if you have not already, make sure you go check out the homies over at the Eternal Dawn and subscribe to the new channel. Major shout out, we're going to be streaming over there tomorrow, so you can catch me there as well. In the Discord, you can see all of the announcements that I post regularly. I've also been regularly posting each week new map sets to my Patreon, and I've also got a video in the works. So if you want first access to the video, make sure you go head over to Patreon, become a supporter of mine over there. It really means a lot. Early birds get a very specific and unique role in my Discord server, as well as exclusive content, early access to any videos that I've got coming out soon, and then access to those map pack assets for virtual tabletops and plenty more good shit coming. But yeah, that's all I got. Links for all of that in the description, and links for all of these wonderful players that I'm going to go ahead and introduce now before we do a bit of a recap and get back into things. We have first and foremost, we have the Helmsman himself, somebody who will be running his own session later this week, and I'll let him tell you a little bit more about that. But tonight he is the player of Bau Davos. And we have Torimori with us. How you doing tonight, brother?
I am ecstatic to be back. Thanks for having us again, Vex. Thank you, chat. I see you guys rolling in already. Good to see everybody. Really just like saying behind stage, I think a few of us had like a big break from any D&D sessions this month. I know I did, so I'm stoked to be back. We do have Group 14 double stacked on Thursday, but yeah, I'm stoked to... What's that? What's that on the wind? Solo.
Yeah, I heard you guys Group 2 solos. I know I'll be in the chat for Group 14, as I usually am, since we stopped doing the gaming streams on Thursdays. So super hyped for that. You guys can catch me there and vibe with me in the chat while these guys, while Mikey's men beat him or mutilate him or what.
Mikey's men mutilate. Hashtag Mikey's men mutilate.
Yeah.
On Tuesday we can beat them. On Tuesday we can beat them.
But that's a perfect segue into our next very excited player. We have one of my absolute best friends on the planet. We have an absolute GOAT in the community, somebody who is also a part of Group 14. We have playing Julian Casacasa, aka Cece. We are joined by StrawHatLucas. How you doing tonight, bro?
No introduction. Me too excited. Me, StrawHatLucas, play D&D. Let's go.
Okay. No introduction. Heard that. Moving right along, then we have playing the Shipwright and explosion enthusiast, who in fact did almost solo last session. Pretty much, like, you know, it was insane. We have playing Bang Deep Boom. We are joined by Partypete. How you doing tonight, brother?
You know, living the dream as always. A little bit different now. I'm living the married dream, so it's the real dream now.
Hell yeah. Congrats again.
Because, you know, it's been a while since I've been on the stream, so had to update the post. But yeah, you know, back in action, ready to go. Yeah, I almost had to, you know, crash out last session, so I'm glad everybody's able-bodied and not dead. You know, so I appreciate that.
Always a good thing.
Glad to be back. Yeah. I hope that's not one of the words you can't see on YouTube in the first 10 minutes.
It is, but we are actually at 10 minutes and 8 seconds in, and there's a little bit of a delay, so I think we'll be all right. But I'm also not currently monetized on YouTube, so it's not like that technically matters at this point in time. But hey, soon.
Yeah, act like you're already there.
Yeah, exactly. Soon, man.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we are not gonna be having Ragnar with us tonight. So I'm gonna be handling his character, but his character is the medic and resident torturer of the crew, Lord Azrael. And you know, like yeah, I can't wait to get into a little bit more interactions with like the whole crew and stuff like that. I'll try and do my best to roleplay how Ragnar does for his character. But we have our other brother in arms. We have the first mate of the Scarlet Pirates, NoChill Dill, being played by NoChill Dill. No relation. How are you, brother?
Doing pretty good, and I just want to say it's unrealistic because you didn't peek your mic while doing your intro as Ragnar. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Other than that, I'm doing pretty good. How's all the chat doing? Oh, nice to see you in the chat, Phil.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, we're here again, once again to solo. You know how we do. Can't wait to get into it.
This man straight up talking to himself. That's crazy. And then last but certainly not least, we are joined by the person playing the future queen of the pirates herself, the namesake and captain of the Scarlet crew. Scarlet is played by Balincc.
You, bro, I'm super duper hype. Ever since been when I heard we didn't have no session last week, I'm man, I'm ready, man. Let's get this session going, man.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
Put me in.
No, I'm super hyped to be back as well, and super glad that all of you guys made it. We almost got rained out today, though. Like up until about an hour and a half ago, my power was going in and out. So hopefully I'm not having any audio issues. But yeah, there was a thunderstorm all day today, and I was about to be like, shit, we might not have a session at night. But you know, we were blessed. Hashtag blessed, and we pulled through. My internet's holding up. I don't have any power surges or anything like that. But if it starts to rain again, I'll let y'all know. Just keep your fingers crossed. But it's been a minute. We did have a bit of a break week. Odin needs those every now and then, and we need those every now and then too. Had a lot of stuff going on IRL. On the plus side is that during that break week, I believe just session 36 alone has gotten almost 190 more views. Like that is like now yeah, it's for a channel of my size, that's pretty good. I've also got like 20 extra subscribers for some reason. So it's all, if you're new on the channel, thank you so much for subscribing. I remember last time I mentioned this metric, it was literally about like 40%, like 45% of my fans were not subscribed. Now we are at 30, so we made some significant progress on that side of things, and I really appreciate it. If you guys have not subscribed already, that means a ton and really helps me. My watch time, because we've been doing this for over a year now, so my older videos watch time is now falling off, but we like even through a break week, we have been beating like and consistently getting more watch time on some of the older videos and stuff like that recently. So I actually haven't like lost any like progress towards getting monetized, so that's huge. And that thank you everybody.
Hell yeah.
who's watching this live or who's watching this later on, that's huge. Make sure you like the stream, and now we're gonna get into the recap. Last time we had a bit of a split party starting off, coming back from Pete being gone from his wedding, Bang D Boom, and the nomads were separate from the rest of the crew. So Big Azra, Dalt Wisney, Samia, and Bang D Boom were not trapped in the corn maze. And they went around and saw a gentleman who we would find out would be named the Colonel. And he was swinging a mighty scythe and chopping down like hay and like grass and stuff. And this dude had earplugs in because he was swinging his scythe so hard that he was breaking the sound barrier. And as cordial as Bang D Boom tried to be, this guy was not having it and didn't allow any solicitors, and it didn't seem very kindly taking to any trespassers. And when Bang D Boom asked for help to get his friends out of the maze, he said, well, they're as good as gone. So the situation escalated a bit, and Big Azra also came in, and they found out that this man was some sort of popcorn wizard and was a bit of a sharpshooter himself and fancied himself some explosions, and full chaos ensued outside of the maze as well as inside of the maze. As we went back and saw the rest of the party, Dill's character literally being at 1 HP at the start of the session, and then through like a series of teamwork and maneuvering, Dill and Lord Azrael had found their way to the end of the maze, and then in turn the rest of the crew as well. Cece and Davos were teaming up. Scarlet quite literally soloed. They fought off some corn doggies, some huskies, and then we are now on the outside of the corn maze in the aftermath of the battle with the Colonel. And all of the weaponized corn that seemed to detonate upon being punctured or hit with like any kind of like force or fire or something like that, and causing a bunch of chain reactions, just tearing through everybody's like HP. Yeah, that is now seemingly harmless and is a lightly salted snack as popcorn erupted throughout the field. It seemed that you guys were in the clear, and that's where we are now.
Are there any like still fully intact like corn cobs?
Oh, there's plenty. Yeah, like I want to say about 40% of the kernels on any given cob throughout the entire field had went ahead and popped and erupted into popcorn. Just like a lovely, light, fluffy little snack. But there are a few that you could find with like most of their kernels still like there's like maybe 1 or 2 missing, you know. It'd be looking like Blackbeard's teeth, but like it's fine for the most part.
I'm gonna look at Cece and I'm gonna ask, like, can you use this corn for anything? Don't you cook food?
Yeah, I mean, I grabbed some of it already. I plan on making some alcohol for us, because like if we can make our own alcohol, it saves us berry, and plus it'll keep the quiet guy quiet, even more so than he is.
As soon as Bang D Boom here saves Barry, he's gonna try to cut down as much as he can. I think the only bladed thing I have is a dagger. I'm pretty sure the only bladed thing that I actually have is a dagger. Everything else is blunt weapons and such. But
I just
years making alcohol. Contrary to Bang D Boom's berry eyes that he gets, my eyes just get glossed over as if I get drunk from the mention of alcohol.
I don't. Do I have to roll anything? See how much corn I can get? Trying to harvest some real quick.
You could
put my corn in my thing too.
Literally as much as you can physically carry is more than available here right now.
I emptied out my bag of holding before coming here, so can I just say Can I just say like 50 pounds of corn?
Easily, yeah.
Okay, that should make a lot of alcohol, right?
I think we could always do with some more, you know?
I mean,
Right,
I've
right,
got
but
like
there's-
3 pounds on me as well.
Right, but there's other stuff that
I'll
I'm
say.
trying. There's other things that I'm trying to get. So we'll call it 70 pounds and go with that.
But come on, Bang. Think of the amount of alcohol we can make if we took all the corn.
There's like
No,
there's like a little devil Dill on your shoulder. It's hilarious.
And I'm just gonna look at him, bro. Actually, I don't. Can Dill roll with persuasion?
Yeah, I can.
And I'm gonna roll a contest. What would contest a persuasion? Insight.
You
Yeah.
could probably passively beat it.
Oh, let me see. With 12, yeah, I do passively beat them. Okay, yeah, 70 pounds it is. So I'll collect 70 pounds of corn. And I guess I look around. Are there any other crops of value? Is this a wheat field over here?
Oh yeah. As you guys kind of like assess the full situation and whatnot, what the clearing that you're in right now looks to be like recently overturned land for the most part, and it's as if this were like they rotate the fields a bit. So this is a clearing, but nearby there is like a wheat field, there's a cornfield. You could see in the distance windmills for like processing grains and things like that, and harnessing like, you know, power as well. But then there's also like there's haystacks, there's other sorts of crops. Like you can kind of actually, if anybody who wants to at this point would like to give me a perception, there is a lot to notice here, so there will be wow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right?
Just tell me what to get, Cece. I still got space.
What's up, Mikey?
Could I do, it's like less of a buff, but could I do a history, but on the chance I pass, like compare this place to, I guess the last time I was here, it's probably been over a year, I would imagine.
Yeah, you can, the DC is gonna be a little bit lower since I like the flavor of that a lot. So go ahead and roll it.
Oof.
You last time you were here,
It was
you were like
explosive.
you're kind of sloshed. You're just like shoot.
Can I cast guidance on him? Does that help?
I don't think it's gonna help that
To be honest.
much. I did set the DC for
Appreciate
that
it.
at 13. So with Scarlet's passive and then Bang D Boom as well, you're able to notice that there seem to be other crops that are really overgrown, like sugarcane, as well as like tomato and potato fruits and stuff. Cece notices nearly every single vegetable that she can cook with in her repertoire in some form or another. Some seasonal vegetables for the fall, like squash and melons and things like there's literally things that like most people would just be like, that's some leaves sticking out of the ground, but you would know, oh no, that's turnips, that's parsnips, that's beetroot, that's carrots. Like you see everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Bang what's edible and then what can be made into like something to get us intoxicated.
Just
So
to
I'm
be
gonna tell him,
noted,
What's the weight limit of the bag of holding?
500 pounds. Also,
Oh,
just
oh,
to
yeah.
be clear, this is like an eagle eye, like crazy, like far out, like this entire like series of like fields and like all of these buildings and whatnot. This spans several miles, but it's like
Okay.
miles it's miles of flat land. If you were to look at like the Aubriel fields, on the map of Live Neal, which I have posted in the Discord server, if you wanted to quickly refer to that. The land that this technically occupies and covers between all of the barbed wire fence here is comparable size to the capital city itself, population of over 2 million.
Okay.
This is huge. And so you're not going to be like within arm's reach of all of these crops. They're just here somewhere, you know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, I just want Cece to tell me what are the things that you want.
Listen, just grab whatever's close to us. We have to still see if the captain wants us to stay here long. But if you can grab potatoes, they'll be good for eating, and they're good for vodka. Tomatoes, also great for eating, good for wine. Same with sugar cane. We definitely need some wheat. We can make bread out of that. And then if it molds, we can make it a whole
Right. So what's nearby is my question. Like, what's the like these like 3 or 4 like fields around this first house? Like, what's around here?
Immediately around, there's obviously the cornfield that your token is immediately right next to. That's the gigantic corn maze that
that's why I got 70 pounds of corn.
Yeah. And then there's like this littler field about like slightly above Ragnar's token here in between that and like the farm. That is it just looks to be like wheat, like hay. With like barley like can be like and that can make like beer and stuff like that. Yeah. Then there is the one a little bit further to the east, like the direction that Ragnar's token is facing, like that seems to be some other large sprouted crops. There's a number of things fairly close to you. What I will say is that with the 26, Cece's gonna notice something a little bit off, slightly past this little wheat patch just above Ragnar's token near the buildings. You can kind of see, because there was this clearing that the colonel was working on. That there, you could see a bit of like the large structures in the background poking up above the fields, obviously, like the several, I think there's like 4 large gigantic windmills facing in different directions, and like you could also see some of the more ground level details through this little clearing that that the colonel had been working on right here. And with a 26, you notice this farm seems a little bit busy. There is movement. There is a bit of activity and life. And you see workers, but something seems very unsettling to you as you kind of take notice with your critical. You see in great detail like these forms that seem to be carrying like sacks of grain from like the windmill entrance to like a storehouse just behind this little patch. And you obviously, you guys know that trespassers aren't really handled well here. So Big Azrael and a few of the a few of you kind of just get the notion like you should probably lay low, stay hidden. And he kind of like crawls up next to like where the clearing stops in this little hay patch. You guys are on the very bottom near the right side of the map. And Big Azrael like hugs the wall, and he like does like those like military hand signs, and he's just like, yeah, but like you guys kind of like get the gist of it. Like you guys should kind of lay low and stay hidden for right now. And so you guys are just kind of like tucked, like using the large hay as cover here and poking out and like looking, and you gotta see more of those little corn, corn strucks, as well as a few other individuals, like beings that seem to be made of hay, like little hay constructs that are just carrying stuff from the mill over to a storehouse in like and there's just like this kind of like the Oompa Loompa scene in Charlie and the there's literally just like a boom 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 boom. And it's just like it's just this little lockstep. These guys are just mindlessly droning. Cece, you also notice some larger armored what look like to be potato soldiers at each of the doors here, just kind of seeming to be like lookout or like sentry, like guards or something like that. And just a little garlic dude just chilling on a little haystack. He's a man with a garlic bulb for a face, and he's got like a little bit of like a beard that's made out of like little roots, and he's just like overseeing everything that's going on right here. And this seems very organized and structured and like proper, and like it's like seeing worker bees or like ants.
With an 18, do I see any of this?
You guys would all start to see this after Cece like brings it up, and then
Okay.
Big Azra is like like say like we should sneak up on them and stuff
Hugging
like
near
that.
me.
Yeah, so you guys all kind of like drink this in, but there's like a dozen or so figures here. It's literally like watching like worker ants. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we should get out of here.
Now hear me.
Come back.
Now here. I'm just like whispering, like, hear me out. I could seek my cannon up through these crops, and it could definitely get some fire on that building, burn it down.
If we fight all these things, we will not walk away out of it.
No. I'm not talking about fighting them. I'm just talking about burning down the building. Hear me out. Because look,
fair.
I could just have the cannon do it, and we can leave.
There
Because I can disassemble the cannon. Look,
Yeah.
actually, let me see.
Don't blow down a building. You need to figure
Are
out who's like running these food people. They just don't happen. Somebody
I'm
Right,
gonna
but
show you guys
Right,
the hay.
Captain, you
The
told
little
me.
hay guy. Look at him. Look at
Listen, dude,
Oh
that
my. He's like a
potato man is my new
Conqueror's
god.
character.
He
they
does
look
look like a Conqueror's character.
Look, they look like Gorons, like kind of.
Yeah, no, that's my
That's
new
kinda
god.
cute.
That is my new god.
Oh no! Wait! We just wait till you see the look. Hold on! Look at the little.
Oh yeah!
Little garlic sage.
Yeah. It's Garlic Senior
garlic-
over here.
Oh, maybe my friend. Maybe they're friendly, Captain. Look how cute the garlic one is. Maybe they're friendly, but either way,
Captain.
you look like you're about to die. We need to rest.
Captain, hear me out though. They tried to kill us.
They're about to
I could burn this whole thing down right now. I can build a new cannon. Trust.
What if they chase us?
Right. That's what I'll have it hide in the crops till we're gone, and then I'll have it move up and burn it down.
I don't think we should agitate these food people. Why don't we just?
Yeah.
I think it's about.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should talk to them. Not right now.
Yeah, we did just kill a bunch of them.
Right. For the record, we do have something to do. We have to make sure the ship is all right.
We gotta get through this first.
Yeah, I say we
Right.
just walk away from this. I didn't sign up for vegetable folk.
No, I think we could definitely come back and figure out what's going on here. But I think at the moment, with the general condition of everybody, it's probably better if we get out of here. If you're not going to let me burn this whole thing to the ground,
All right,
What you will
yeah.
notice, Bang Deep Boom, is that like I said, this is like a whole like stretching out like compound, and like this is just like one mill and one storehouse. This is not the full, like there's multiple other areas and like what seems to be like a bit of like a manor where like
Yeah.
there's like this is like operational facilities here. There is residential as well that's not far off
Right.
in the distance.
Yeah, Bandy Boom just feel a little petty right now, even if
Yeah,
it is
respectable.
we're just feeling a little bit petty. But yeah, I think in general, getting out of here is probably not a bad idea.
All right, which way we gotta make sure we don't run through the no more.
Right, we just go the opposite direction of these guys, and we can hop over the fence.
Yeah, as you guys are like going, what I will ask is, Bang D Boom, did you run the pockets?
Well, the farm guy?
Yes.
I thought his body was gone. His body. If there's pockets to run, of course.
I mean, he had clothes on. Like his clothes didn't. Like yes.
I thought everything was gone. Yes, if there are pockets of him that are on the way, I'll 100% take anything that he has.
Yeah, you find a little silver flask that has some very strong shit that seems to be in it. It's burning your nose.
That white lightning.
Yeah, it is that shit. You also find his earplugs. One of them was, I believe, dropped and was on the ground. The other was like on his person, and like he also has a straw hat. We all vibe with those, right? He has
I'll definitely take a straw hat. Yeah.
He has some overalls, and within the overalls, that's where you found the flask in one pocket, and then there is his denden mushi as well. And then he
100% sold.
Yeah, he had a few sacks of seeds and stuff like that. So like you can see like some sunflower seeds that he might have been like snacking on. And then like, yeah, so this guy just kind of had just like basic, he has some like little gloves and like some like a little trowel and like some garden tools, but nothing like super fancy because he's at his home right now. He doesn't need to like pack
Can I put his scythe in my bag of holding?
You can. And it's just a normal ass scythe. You've inspected it greatly. It's been through so much. Like this scythe has had to be treated like multiple times over. There's like bits where it's like snapped and it's had to be like tied off like at the splintering and things like that. So there's just like very tightly round parts. Yeah, there's like very tightly wound cords and like wires like wrapped around certain bits where there's been like wax treatment and like a resealing of the wood. So it's just been like very minor patch jobs because this thing seems like it's been broken in like 10 or 12 different places. But
I'm gonna put it in my bag.
Most notably, the denden will start to better.
Not answering it this time. We're just gonna let that bitch ring and put it in the bag of holding. I'm assuming sound doesn't escape the bag of holding.
It does not. But then straight in the bag of holding. Yeah, so that is going to be interesting. So you guys are wanting to straight just turn around and leave and not mess with any of this.
Indeed.
All right.
Yes,
that's the plan. Yeah, that's the move.
I'm gonna also ask if Samia could bandage me up a little bit, but then you think she got on her right now?
Hell yeah. Samia's gonna go ahead and throw you like a kind of a basic med kit, and she's gonna be like, I was able to like, use some stuff and throw this together from what we found in the forest and then in the fields and stuff like that. So here, and she's gonna give you like a light little bit of like a patch up treatment, some stitches here and there, some ointment. And she had some good ideas of some local plants to go off of from what that crazy ointment that Marine had. So this is actually going to be, she has 3 of these, but it is going to be basically like a greater potion of healing, which is, I believe, 44 plus 4. I'll have to look it up.
Hey, Samia. Can I get one of those?
She's yeah, I have a little bit to go around. Who else? And she's like looking at who is like the most beat up, and she sees that Big Azra was on single digits at one point, and he absolutely needs one as well.
Canonly, I'm rubbing his back right now.
Okay.
Just, I gotta throw it out there.
So anybody who wants to can go ahead and roll 44 plus 4 and hell yeah. And then
Let's
Dill, you get
go.
your accelerated.
Wait, how many of them do we get to roll?
There are 3.
Davos, you should
I
heal
got
yourself
one
as
in
well.
back. Let's go.
What?
So
So I got 36 HP.
Nobody
now.
else
I don't
needs
know
it
about
more?
everybody else. Does anyone have more than 36 HP?
well, Big
Oh, I got
Azra.
almost full HP.
Yeah, Big Azra currently has 22, so he got pretty beat up. I think everyone else is looking fine after Scarlet gets healed up and Dill gets healed up.
To be honest, I think Scarlet might need a second one because I know I'm at 24, but that's after I got 20 off of the healing.
Wait, can they get a second one?
That checks out to me too. I feel like I approve of that.
Wait,
If
can they get a second one? Is that enough?
Yeah, if Scarlet wants to double down, we could give Scarlet the last of the healing potions.
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
Go ahead and
Alright,
roll
that works.
another 44 plus 4.
Good looks. W doctor.
It was like I had went up to 24, but I noticed.
We have a doctor on the crew?
If anyone's not above 36, I was like, I know me, Captain, and Big Azra did not
Well, let
get
me look
above
at-
36.
Let me look at my spell slots.
Yo, I'm not.
I'll cast a healing word on myself, I guess.
So this also poses another good question here: is if you guys are going to continue to travel on, a lot of you are at better HP now. But Balincc, you could go ahead and roll another 44 plus 4 if you're taking that, and then Pete, who are you casting healing word on or cure wounds?
Well, actually, I'm gonna hold the healing word for now. Do y'all want to? Y'all still want to go, or is everyone still low on resources?
Yeah, we
I
all
think
still low on resources.
everybody is low on
Okay.
resources. So there are multiple
Yes.
people with no spell slots left. I don't know how many
Who
bardic
uses
inspirations Balincc or Scarlet has left. I know
I have a
that
spell slot. Okay.
some
Yeah,
people have,
let's go.
some people have even used their human determination and some strong wills. Like there's been quite a
Okay.
bit of resource depletion over the. So I mean,
All right.
if you,
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
okay. I'm going to roll. I'm just gonna roll a flat d20 real quick.
It's a casual
Also,
D20.
make sure we stay on the same track.
Hey, at least it's not a D100, you know.
Hey,
Captain. Do you want to get away from this place and like find somewhere to rest? I don't want to roll up on trouble like completely drained.
Let's go back to the ship.
No, we gotta
Okay.
go. We gotta go to the guy first. We gotta find our little brother.
I think,
Okay.
yo, Captain, hear me out. I think we should go back to the ship first because if we save whoever this cricket guy is, and there's no ship to go back to, then what are we gonna do? Because don't forget, Harry and Softy Boy and all the people we came here with are still on the ship. Russ, I know this cricket.
We gotta help. if
I
need
told
be.
them.
I know that-
told them when the-
Look, I know the cricket dude's important, but we got to look out for the day ones, you know?
Why?
I
think-
they
Hopefully nothing's wrong, and then we can just
we
go
don't need
right
to
to
go back to
cricket
the ship
though.
and check up on him. We're gonna go and find cricket and make sure he good, and then we go check up on the ship.
you guys did
so-
have you literally did just have a call before walking up on this farm with the people at the ship, and they said they were fine.
They were fine.
Right. You're right. Hear me out, Captain. Say the situation where cricket is really bad. In the condition we're in right now, are we going to do anything?
I said I'm gonna do something, so we gotta go do it.
Right, but here-
we're gonna get our shit together, and then we're gonna get back up and make sure we find cricket.
Right, but that's what I'm just saying. If we go back to the ship, we can get some forces that are fully prepared and not exhausted, because apparently there's a Sea King or something around there. And not only can we save cricket, did y'all see that gold turtle when you were in there?
Yeah, I want to steal
I
that.
need to hear about the shit. The ship is fine.
No, Captain. I'm not worried about the ship. But look, we're all pretty low on resources at the moment from how it looks like. But everyone, the people on the ship are not low on resources. And if we want to save Cricket and there's a Sea King attacking the town, we probably need some people that are not low on resources, right? Unless we have 8 hours to spare.
I think we could spare 8 hours. I think Cricket could take care of himself for that long.
We're going to figure out if we got some like land we could little camp out on. We're gonna chill.
Right, dude. Right. If we have 8 hours to spare, then I guess it's whatever. I'm just saying. But if we're not gonna like really rest before we try to go save Cricket, we should get some people that are fresh, like Harry and Talkie Boy.
Not yet.
So we're gonna like rest for 8 hours. Where?
We don't have to rest for 8 hours. Sounds kind of too long. Cricket might just wind up dead at that point.
Okay, what's above table? We got no resources if we don't rest for 8 hours, Balincc.
We could take a short rest. A short rest is fine.
We don't get spell slots or any of that back.
Yeah, we don't get any of that back when we take a short rest. I think you do, but I don't think the rest of us do.
That's fine.
Okay.
but Balincc, that's what I was saying about the long rest. It's 8 hours. 8 hours is the shortest long rest you can take, right?
Correct. There are things that do come back on a short rest. Like I know Ragnar's character gets his experimental medicine back and his I believe his action surge and stuff like that. So and then Balincc gets bardic inspiration back on Scarlet. There are some things.
But strong will, human determination, spell slots, we all get back on a long rest. And if we're like again above table, if we're about to go fight a Sea King, then
yeah, we definitely need a long rest.
Spell slots and HP would be nice. You know what I'm saying?
What will happen if you guys kind of hang out here for just a little bit longer is somebody is a cutaway back to LxrD. Someone is sneezing, and as they're being talked about a bit, and he starts to get worried, and he will pick up his snail and call. And Cece, your den will start to go better.
I'm gonna open my bag. And then when she answers, I'll be like, "Fuck."
You pick it up, and immediately it assumes the features of a Mont Blanc cricket with a little like chestnut on its head, and like a cigarette in its mouth, and like some scratches on its cheek and stuff like that. And it's just like, Cece, where are you at?
Don't you see where am I at? Where have you been? I have called several times. Okay, I'm in the fields. What's up? What's going on there?
He's just like, all right, chill. Okay, like shit's been going down here. Whatever you do, don't come to LxrD. Like, stay away. Oh my God, what the fuck? And you hear Kalik, and you guys have been hearing the sirens going off, like the disaster sirens going off since like y'all were on the other half, and like y'all are at the halfway point now. So like your whole journey all up along the top, like to this point, these sirens have been going off. They stop, and
I think that's a bad thing.
It seems that the ground beneath you all starts shaking, and to some of you who were traveling the Red Spine, this seems familiar, but it's not such a sporadic, like explosive, like firing of that. This is a long, pronounced, almost akin to like a whale call, and it seems to be echoing throughout like the land here. And you could see like some of these like constructs like drop the little sacks that they're carrying and look up and start to like get confused. And the little garlic boy just like stands up. He was like kind of kicked back and sitting on the little stack of hay that he was on. He like stands up and like scratches his little bulb that he has, and they all look like concerned and confused. And the skies above you all, which have been fairly cloudy, it was raining when you all arrived here, and so it was a little bit overcast. You could see the clouds being pushed away from the east half of the island. Something the east to the east of here has let off such an enormous amount of pressure that it has literally shifted the clouds in the skies, and you could hear it echoing across the land. What's up?
Captain, I think we should definitely rest before we go there, because whatever that thing is, it's big and it's causing chaos.
Yeah, it sounds like Godzilla meets a whale.
Can we use this time of the disturbance to run out of this field and go over the fence?
That's a good idea.
You can do whatever. Whatever does happen here.
In terms of like the map change in motion and stuff, I was just saying, can we use this time to move?
For sure. A couple like seconds after like the clouds all dissipate, you will all notice as well that it starts to rain.
Yeah, we definitely need a rest, Captain. I'm useless in the rain.
So you guys can kind of like move along wherever you're at. If you wanted to like going to, obviously the right half of the map is going to be closer to this loud noise and Lake Hole, which you were just told like he was feverishly yelling like, don't come to Lake Hole.
Would Dill recognize the Dendemushi morph into his face?
Now, Captain, I'm gonna be honest. If there's something causing this, there's some stuff on this ship I might need, like the glass cannonballs that we have, some of the other glass like weaponry and things like that, and then also just extra people. If we actually want to save Cricket, I think it makes sense to go at them full force, and that means everybody.
Two things.
Agree with Bang.
Dill, you asked a question. If you would like to roll either a history or insight, you can. I will say history is going to have a little bit lower of a DC, but still kind of above your passives because you have been drinking a little bit.
Nope.
That actually meets exactly the DC that I set. You would recognize that individual as somebody who you, as well as I believe it was Davos and Scarlet, had seen in the courtyard.
Yeah. Upon seeing his face morph onto the Dendemushi, Dill says, "Hey, it's that asshole from the courtyard, Captain. Is he the one we're supposed to be saving?"
I would also describe Cricket as an asshole.
Well, that's the thing, is we'd only been told his name from you. We didn't connect the two beings together.
Yeah.
He never told us his name, and you only told us his name.
Yeah, another thing, Dalt kind of chimes in, and she sees that there are just dozens of birds that are flocking to the freshly popped cornfield, which before would have been a death sentence for them, but they seem to be going to town now. And there's just like a full like murder of crows that just come in and start like absolutely demolishing like some of the popcorn in the field and stuff like that. And Dalt like goes over and like reaches a hand out and like kind of calls to one. And as it comes over to her, she just like says to it, and she's just like, she's looking at the crow, but speaking to the crew here. And she's just like, if we wanted to, just tell some of the people at the ship to meet us where we're going, they could easily bring a lot of that. Like they have Rocky B with them anyways. Like we don't have to go
Rocky
there.
B?
They can come to us.
Siege Rhino.
I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I just want, if we're gonna attack whatever is attacking this city, I would just like us to have the best chance possible of success. Because as far as I know, the Marines that we talked to, the call they got was, I'm assuming, about that. So if those guys haven't figured out the problem, then I don't know how we're gonna figure it out. Not at full strength. But I agree. If we can call those guys, it saves us the trip. I'm all about it. But I think we need to recover some degree of resources before we attempt to attack them. Because, like, look, I'm not an experienced medic. I can maybe patch you up a little bit, but I can't get you back to what you normally are, let alone everybody here. And Samia's been working her butt off. So what, like...
I think resting and then meeting the rest of your comrades at the place is also the move, but it's up to the captain.
Right, I agree. We don't have to go all the way back to the ship, but I think having everybody and having more resources would better guarantee, at the very least, the rescue of Cricket.
Davos pats his shield at that, and he's like panting slightly, and he's like, yeah, I gotta admit, my shield is gonna be doing most of my work for the foreseeable future.
Big Azra is gonna kind of chime in, and he's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the boys can meet us wherever we're going, but if I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like we fought enough big sea critters for a while. For me, I think the best we could really help out over there is just, you know, evacuating. But I'm fine to rest up as well. Like, you know, a few of us have been through a whole lot. I don't know what went down in that maze, but
right. I appreciate the enthusiasm, Captain, for the family member of one of our new crewmates. I'm just like throw a little glance over at Cece, but I think we have a better chance of succeeding if we rest for a little bit.
And you guys are gonna like hear a bit of like a static in the air for a second, and then like an intercom turns on, almost like at a university, and all throughout the air you hear just like that. It's familiar to Bang D Boom and Big Azra, who fought with Colonel. You hear the voice of an ancient sounding old lady just going, return, and with that, like a bunch of the, like, as the rain starts to like you know, just like come down in sheets, a whole bunch of these straw soldiers start to struggle to maintain their form, whereas the corn soldiers seem like they're doing pretty fine, and they all seem to be going into like certain storehouse doors or returning back to fields of their respective like crop types. The little potato guys just like bury themselves in the ground, like where they're standing, and the little garlic dude like walks into the mill, and like all of them get out of the rain.
Okay. Do I have a spell? This?
I'm gonna start walking to get across the fence.
Are you here, Captain? It's Pro?
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah. Your thoughts? You've been the one trying to convince this whole time. I'm just trying to see what you're trying to do.
Yeah, we could go back to the ship.
We don't have to go. We're not saying go back to the ship. We're just saying rest.
No, we're gonna Balincc above table. Dult can send a crow over there to talk to the ship so they can meet us there after we rest.
But y'all can just call them too.
Right.
Oh, yeah, we could also just call them. We didn't have to.
Right.
Yeah, like.
Right, we don't have to go back to the ship. It was more just about like whether we should take a above table. It was whether we should take a long rest. Because 8 hours at that point, it's kind of your call, you know, whether or not we just like rest somewhere for 8 hours and then go see what's up.
Who got a dent on?
I think all of y'all, pretty much all of y'all.
Yep.
I'll come home.
I
I
don't
believe
think-
so. If not, I'll give you the one. I'll give you the one that you got off this dude.
I think
You don't have one.
all of the main crew members have one. I don't know if all of the nomads do, but all of the main crew members should have a dended at this point. After all the
Yeah.
pockets y'all ran at the glass house.
Yeah, I don't think the nomads have them, but everybody in the main group should have them.
Or I'm gonna call.
I thought we had like one designated as the ships too.
Yeah, there is definitely
Yes,
one on the
I
ship.
did leave
Okay,
it.
okay, word.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Harry.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a bit of a dial tone, and then he picks it up, and he's just like, he sounds a little bit panicked, and he's just like, Captain, are you guys okay? Y'all are still headed this way, are you?
Well, that's what I called you about. What's going on?
He's like, you aren't gonna believe this. Like, you could probably, if you could probably see this thing. It's like blocking out the horizon. Like, it's.
Oh my god. Is it Luminous B?
I don't. What? Are you okay? Are you drunk? And he's just like, oh, Captain Scarlet, it's something like I've never seen before. It's like an enormous like whale with like mammoth tusks and like the tentacles of a kraken. Like it just shot water out of its spout, and like it lowered the entire sea level. Like the ship is kind of stuck right now in between some of the. We're fine. It's pretty far away from us, but like this isn't rain. Like this is seawater. As that happens, Cece and Dill, you guys have been in the rain for a little bit. Roll me Constitution saving throws.
I knew this was coming.
Oh,
I knew it. Let's go, Dill.
Shit.
That was 22.
That's legendary.
You guys are
It is
not.
so.
You guys are not exhausted, whatsoever. But Dill recognizes this feeling a little bit to a degree, but he's not taken down by it. Cece, you are a little bit more bothered than Dill seems to be by this, being that this is kind of your
I'm
natural
soaking
enemy.
it in.
Yeah.
Vex, real quick. Can I take the straw hat and just place it on Cece's head, like in a Shanks
Yeah.
movies moment? Like,
Okay. Okay. But
Kind of on
bang,
brand,
your
above table.
leg. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
bang your leg. Above table, Dill. How on brand for the bothered?
Oh my God.
Go.
You
I
started to
heard
cut
how
out.
on brand for the bothered to go.
Yeah, you cut out.
What? Oh, I said how on brand is it for the cook and the first mate to be unbothered by their week?
Yeah, but I'm gonna place a straw hat on Cece's head in a Shanks-like manner.
Because
But-
last time Dill
It's-
was near something that had the essence of water, he crit failed and dropped to the ground immediately.
He said, "Not again."
Right.
Yeah,
I know her affections have turned towards Azrael, but I'm gonna still do a kind thing.
yeah, but
Thank you,
Harry
Bang.
is still on the transponder snail with the captain. And after he says that to Scarlet, what's Scarlet's reaction?
I'm gonna tell him, hold on. I'm gonna look up at everybody else. How many of y'all are willing to go back on the bird, and how many want to rest?
I think a rest would benefit everybody, so I'm in favor of a rest.
I'm gonna say rest as well.
Rest. Look, Dill, Davos. I'm ask the nomads as well. Vex.
Big Azra definitely wants to rest. Samia thinks that she could gather quite a bit of ingredients here if the little homies are going to bed because of the rain. Dalt, she's just vibing. I think she's like probably got the most resources out of anyone in the crew right now still. What about?
I mean, if I can
Davos?
help Samia for a little bit to harvest stuff, I will. If it doesn't mean like taking less of a rest, like if it's like for an hour or two, like or something like that, like she needs help.
Yeah, Lord Azrael is also going to be helping her out, and I think Lord Azrael is also doing pretty well. He's like, yeah, we could rest up for a little bit, but he doesn't see the need for like a full like long rest. He'd probably be fine off short rest, but he would love to also help gather some ingredients here because this is a bunch of stuff he hasn't seen before.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I will probably also gather some stuff for breakfast before I fall asleep and shit. So.
I'm gonna be like,
Oh, sorry.
We gonna find somewhere safe to, so we could camp out. We ran into a couple obstacles. Some corn. Damn that corn. Yo, Harry, no corn, man. Trust me, it blows up. You wouldn't believe it.
Cobstacles is crazy.
Obstacles.
I'm gonna just look at Scarlet and it's like, see, I got you, big dog.
But yo, keep me updated if you've seen anything else. And I'm gonna let you know, Luminous B does not have tentacles. He has no husk. I don't even know what he is. I haven't seen tentacles or husk. So
but that's not Luminous B. So, Captain, why don't y'all set up camp outside of these people's property, and a couple of us will hang back and help Samia out with collecting some more of this stuff. I'm gonna hang back because I got the bag.
Cece's gonna be like, I'll help set up camp, and as she goes to walk through the fence, just runs right into it.
Right. Can I just say I get a list from Cece of some of the most important stuff that she needs?
Yeah, and then I will circle like some potatoes and some sugar cane and some tomatoes if you can for breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then wherever Samia goes, I'm just gonna really follow her for the most part. So.
Yeah, so if you're first of all, Cece, it's raining right now. If you walk through that barbed wire fence, you are taking damage.
No, I know. I ran into it on purpose.
Yeah.
So I expect the damage.
Wait. I know it's not Bandy Blast, but my elemental Culverin is still operative. So I am going to instruct it to go to the fence and wait for me to come over.
Are y'all? Well, hold on. Are y'all leaving or are y'all staying? I'm confused.
Well, some of us are leaving and some of us are staying.
So
from what it sounds
people
like.
that I want to come with Scarlet, well, people I want to come with me is Dill. If Cece is staying, then I want mine. Davos comes, and Dill.
And Ragnar.
Oh yeah, and Azrael.
So we're splitting the party
Dill's
again?
coming.
Well, to just set up camp outside of these people's property. But if we're just about to go run their pockets, I don't think everybody needs to come for it.
Yeah, we're just.
I didn't think we were splitting up.
They gather the ingredients.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
just
we
staying
need to
back
run.
for like 20 minutes to grab it.
In my opinion, we should split up because at the very least, it gets it gets a good amount of the crew off the property in case something happens, and if nothing happens, then we can just get everything and leave, and they already have camp set up, and we can just take our rest and be good, right?
Yeah, so let me paint the picture of what is on the other side of this barbed wire fence. It is a flat land where like in between, like there's a few scattered out trees and stuff like that, but until you get to like some orchards and some other private property and stuff like that, there's like virtually no shelter.
Yeah, but we're trying to not be on somebody's property, right?
Yo, what's the next closest?
But wait, aren't we just trying to not be on somebody's property? Like, I don't think it matters too much what's out there.
I'm just letting you know, there's not like just like a bunch of houses around here. This is like the main.
I realize. I thought the main thing was getting off of these people's property, so they don't have a reason to. Like, so they don't have a reason to attack us. The less people that are on their property, the less reason they have to attack us.
I mean, you guys did just murder, the colonel.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure
they don't. Wait! But they don't know it was us. They don't know it was us, though. They also don't.
Dude, what's the nearest?
We don't know if they know he's dead. So like, they don't know he's dead, and not that he killed us.
What's like the nearest shelter that we will know of?
I mean, there's like a few houses back towards like the way y'all came, like near the forests. And then there's like some other farms to the south of here. To the north of here, it's like straight up forests until you get to like swamps and jungles and shit. To the east of here, the closest thing is Lake Hole. But
Camping
like,
in the middle of the plains is the only option, guys.
Or the other option is we loot the shit and go back to the ship.
Wait, is Locola where we supposed to be going?
that's
Yeah, the
where.
place where we're supposed to be going.
Yeah, that's the college town that y'all parked
That's what I'm saying.
near.
We could sleep on the outside of this fence as long as we're not on.
I mean, if everybody wants to stay while we try to loot the rest of the stuff with Samia, I guess, and then we go to Lacole. But we have to rest somewhere. Like we have to.
Right. We going we could I like that idea, Lucas. We could camp out on the other side while y'all try to get the ingredients on the inside. And once we all rested, then we start marching to Local.
Yeah, like right where Cece is, like far enough away that like we're out of their property enough, and like there's a little bit of tree coverage, but close enough where
I sleep on the floor. Not the ground. I don't give a man.
Right. It's okay. Like we all have like either like we got some stuff in our like main equipment to where we could sleep outside for one night.
I think I have a
Hey,
tent.
I'm down.
I'm just
Y'all,
gonna. It is kind of the middle of the day, and y'all would be in the wide open. So I'm just making sure y'all are understanding that.
Oh man, you know what would be
Right.
crazy?
I'm gonna have.
Yeah.
Hey, once we get done with the stuff with like collecting and everything like that, I'll have the cannon stand sentry, and I'll just give it a command to attack anything that's not us.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yo,
I mean, is anyone? Are we expecting anyone that we know?
No,
yo,
but the
I'm
main.
gonna tell-
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I could tell Adult to like, she asked if she could keep watch since she didn't really take any resources down or not. And if anything
But,
happened, we could just wake up. I'm fine with
But like I
that.
said, Balincc, I could just have my cannon do it. I have a spell slot to rebuild the Force Ballista. It's got a range of like
Yeah, but
120
listen.
feet.
keep that.
Listen. Specifically telling a cannon to shoot anybody that comes close to you while you are near one of the most traveled roads on this whole half of the island, and there are seemingly going to be a ton of people evacuating coming from the direction y'all are trying to go, and you're in the middle of a wide open space not too far off the trail.
Well, I'll tell
Your
him to put
character
the
would
first
know
shot in-
that's not a good
I'll
idea.
tell him to put the first shot in the ground.
Okay.
Keep that spell slot. And
But like I say, it doesn't matter because a long rest will recharge my spell slot. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Like if it just needs to be like an alarm system, I'll tell it to shoot up in the air. It's a force.
Yeah, but
boost.
we got Dult. We can just ask Dult to do it. That way, no one dies.
Right, but Dol can get her spell slots. No one dies. Like if someone blows up my cannon after like I shoot it in the air, nothing happens. I just build another one.
like when that,
It's not the cannon that dies. I'm saying like a civilian that's evacuating might run a.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't have to shoot it at somebody. I can just shoot it in the air. It's just an autonomous cannon. I can just shoot it in the air.
Like Dalt puts her hand on your shoulder and is like, I feel like that's just gonna draw a lot of unnecessary attention. I can easily stand guard. Absolutely, Captain, no problem.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yo, Russ will be proud. He also will be disappointed, but proud. Very
She's just like,
I
oh
want to meet
shit.
this Russ.
She's like, man, yeah, like, is Harry still on the phone with you? Like,
yo, Harry, you still there, bro?
Immediately as Dalt speaks, the Dendenbushi changes like from Harry's like hair color and like face structure to Russ's, and he's just like, is Dalt there? Is Dalt okay? Captain, pass it to Dalton. Like, are you guys fine? You do not come over here. This is crazy. This is so much bigger than the thing we just fought.
We'll be there soon.
No,
Man,
Captain, you can't.
But it sounds like it's Luminous B, man. He knows me. We good homies.
Who went down with you to see Luminous B? It was Harry. It was Harry and Holly, right? Harry is gonna be like, he like takes the snail back from like Russ, and he's just like, stand down, like fuck, like, and he's just like, yeah, like Captain, if you're talking about that glowing mountain thing that we saw, like when we were like, this is nothing like that. Like I don't know, it's hard to get a good look at that thing, but like this thing is menacing. Like that kind of gave me like a peaceful vibe. Like there's nothing peaceful about this thing. Like, wait, what the hell? And he just kind of like you can kind of see the transponder snail make like the NL face, you know what I mean? Like its eyes are popping out, and he's like, holy shit. And he's just like, you're not gonna believe this. A Marine is just jumping into the sky and trying to box this thing.
Wait, what? Who?
You hear that, Captain? It sounds like we don't have to go. Look at him go.
Wait, who?
What came out of the sky?
It's just some Marine. Like I just see and he's just like, whoa, and he just starts like freaking out. And he like, it's like he's watching like the fight of the century go down. He's losing his mind.
I'm just gonna tell Scarlet, like, Captain, this is what I was talking about before. I told you there was those Marines you ran into earlier, and they got called away on a call. This has to be the call.
I could punch a monster in the skull. Why you sound so excited?
I'm gonna just look at Scarlet and be like, yo, Captain, it's not whether or not you can, it's whether or not you should.
I think she should.
Is that theory?
That sounds awesome.
I'll pull up.
I'm gonna just glare at Cece and look at her as I'm trying to convince.
While you're glaring at me, I'm gonna make eye contact with you and then lean to Scarlet and be like, I would very much like to see that and punch the monster in the skull as well.
As you guys are kind of talking about this back and forth after like Harry, there's like a little bit of a delay from when Harry like said, whoa, this guy's just boxing like this sea monster, like then about like 10-15 seconds after, you can see the tall grass all like being put, like there's like a force, like almost like a percussive like a wind coming off from the east side, and all of these like fields start like rustling, trees like start, and like a bunch of leaves start falling. The rain is now like falling sideways as whatever the hell just hit this monster let off such a force that it's like it just like again like just affected the entire environment around you.
Okay.
I don't think
so. Yeah. You guys ready to? Are we setting up camp or no?
Oh,
I'm already over.
Harry, we're don't be so amazed. I could do that 10 times over. We about to go to sleep, all right?
I'm gonna start walking off with Samia while they're doing this, I guess.
We gotta rest up and get our stuff together. But we're gonna be over there soon.
Oh wait, before I leave, I will tell the captain and like try to shout to Harry on the phone. If you guys are coming over, bring the glass cannonballs.
He's like, we're stuck. Like we can't really go anywhere. Like the sea level depleted when this thing like swallowed a bunch of water and shot it out of its spout. Like we're beached.
Well, it'll come back. It'll come back. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna grab the din and yell at this person I don't know and be like, aren't you supposed to be pirates? If your captain says come meet us. And then hand the phone back to Scarlet.
It's like the captain didn't even say that.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, man. But yo, we going to take a rest, all right? Just make sure nobody harms the ship. I'm pretty sure water doesn't just stay depleted. It has to come back, right? Right? Everybody?
Yeah, it'll come back.
He's like,
Harry.
He's like, we're far enough away. I don't think it's like, and he's just like, geez, and like, it's like this thing just took off one of its whole tentacles, and like, he's like, oh shit, and like, and he's like, oh no, there's a tidal wave, and you just hear click.
They'll be fine.
Lord Azrael says the same thing. He's like, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. All right, everybody, time to sleep. Scarlet's gonna go to sleep. It's like, all right, time, sleep. She's gonna keep saying that till she go to sleep.
Yeah, I pull out my rolled up mat and just throw it over top of me to keep the rain off me and fall asleep under it.
Okay. So Samia, Lord Azrael, and whoever else is going to for sure go and grab some ingredients. I thought Cece was as well, but
no, I gave Bang the things I needed for breakfast, and then
okay.
like a list of like other good things to grab and stuff.
Gotcha. So for anybody who is wanting to go into the compound and whatnot, you can kind of like drag your token on. Let me pull Sabia's on.
Dill will join as well.
Hell yeah. Samia is going to represent like Big Azra is just gonna be like chilling. He is going to pass the fuck out. Absolutely. He wants none of that. He's just like, y'all let me know when the food's ready. Like he immediately starts snoring. Samia is going to notice that like all of the little constructs have gone away from this little area, so she doesn't mind like kind of poking around, and she's just like, oh wow, she got really tall, hold on. But like she like mentions to Dill and Lord Azrael, she's just like, yeah, I don't know if we can trust the field because that's where those constructs kind of crawled back into, but I saw some other crops like over in this direction. And she's gonna like start walking over here and kind of like being a little bit sneaky about it. As she kind of like starts making her way through the compound and whatnot, she's just noticing like a bunch of like grains and like, you know, this and that and whatnot kind of like tucked away into barrels underneath like this building over here. And this is like a building she knows that like there's like the little potato guy near, so she's being like hella sneaky. But she's gonna spend some time kind of like wandering around, and if she goes over like to this side, like there's a little road in between these two fields, and she notices like a whole nother like series of storehouses back here. And she starts just like picking up a whole bunch of ingredients and at this point she sees that some of these crops seem less tended to, and like this like section seems like she knows a thing or two about agriculture, and she'll kind of like mention, she's just like, so if they're following like crop rotation and they have this many facilities, what are the odds that they rotate storehouses as well? And she's just like,
That's pretty likely.
Brother Dill, you think you could reach that window up there if like if Lord Azrael like lifts you up and you could see if there's anything on the inside of this building?
Well, only one way to find out.
Lord Azrael's just like, yeah, so I just gotta like throw him up there, like say less.
I mean, let's not commit to throwing me up there.
He scoops you up in his two arms and like yeets you straight up like a freaking like a cheerleader. And give me an investigation. I'll give you advantage.
All right, he's throwing me up like above himself, like not towards the window.
Yeah, like straight up.
Okay. I got a 20, soft 20.
Yeah, there's some like cobwebs that you're kind of having to see through, and a bit of like a dusty window that's about like a story and a half up. And you can see like a few like rafters like climbing up on like the mill side and whatnot. It seems to be mostly cleared out. Like there's a few barrels that look like they have some stuff in them. There's like some like hay bales that look a little bit like really dried out comparatively to like the ones that are out here in the rain. So there's it seems to be from what you can get off of a 20 in like the split second that you're like, you absolutely notice on the ground level it seems completely vacant. And then Lord Azrael kind of like catches you like baskets you back down onto the ground, and he's just like, okay, now you gotta check the second floor, and he throws you even higher. Like make me another investigation.
Is this one flatter also at advantage?
It's at advantage. I'm just making the DC a bit higher.
17 on both.
You still hit. So yeah, he literally yeets you like twice as high, and this time you're like 2.5 stories up in the air, like as he like just like yeets your ass up there. And yeah, of 17 you're able to notice that like you have a much better viewpoint. This entire situation looks completely unoccupied.
I relay all of that to Samia about the first and the second floor.
And she's like, okay, cool. Then like this seems interesting. Like, and she's just like, should we like see if there's anything in like maybe? And she like turns around, she's like, it'd be good to like be out of the rain, right?
For me, yeah. I think you guys should be fine though.
And she's just like, yeah, I don't know, I haven't really had a lot of rain in my life living in the desert for the past, however many years. Like I think I've had enough for today. And plus, like, I'm not too sure, but I think going to sleep in this kind of condition can't be good for, and she like removes like the little like there's like a spar of wood like closing the little barred door here at the front of the storehouse, and she just kind of like lifts it up. It was like a little bit stuck in place as the wood had taken on some water and like swelled a little bit. But yeah, she was able to just like lift that up and off and open up the barn doors, and you just see like a completely abandoned storehouse, which seems to be out of like rotating season. There's like some seeds and some hay, and like there's like a few like uncleaned areas where like there's been like a little bit of like spoilage and whatnot, and she just like takes that barrel outside and like she's just like, yeah, this should air out pretty quickly, like and she's like, Lord Azrael, do you want to go and tell the rest of the crew like we found like a nice little spot? Just stay away from the fields, because like again, we don't know if that's to be trusted.
I was gone for a second. Can you enlighten me on a little bit of context word? Is it just Lord Azrael and who?
Yeah, there's fields that are like lands that are rotated here, like seasonally and whatnot, because they have such a large amount of lands and you can't just keep growing off of the same soil. And they have multiple compounds and they rotate through storehouses as well. And Samia and Dill and Lord Azrael had found an abandoned storehouse.
Okay. Would I be with them? Because I said I was just going to follow Samia wherever.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Lord Azrael, and if you wanted to go as well, you could tell the rest of the crew. That way y'all don't have to sleep in the rain out in the open.
Okay.
Honestly, I can get over there and back faster above table.
Yeah, I would let Dill do it. I'm going to help Samia collect whatever we can collect. That's why I'm following her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, you guys have found like a bit of like shelter without having to worry about like the whole little vegetable army. And now she's gonna go and like start to look. She finds there's like a little pumpkin patch and like some watermelon like areas, some squash. She finds a whole bunch of stuff, like some herbs. There is carrots, turnips, like radishes, like rutabagas, all kinds of stuff. And she's just like, wow, I've never seen like this is crazy. And she's like, there's so much more ingredients here than I've ever had to work with. As far as she's like, I wonder what. And she's just like losing control and grabbing like a little bit of everything. Specifically, you were told, Bang D Boom, to look out for wow. You were told to look out for, I believe, tomatoes, sugarcane, and potatoes, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
I was just about to call for an acrobatics. That's so funny.
I knew it because I was like, that's why I was like, I wanted to front flip over it. I could have just like high jumped, but then that would have been dex score or strength score or whatever it is. But as I get over here to them, I'll convey to them that we found a place we could sleep in without having to be exposed to the elements and normal people walking by.
But yeah, as you guys kind of like are in a clearing out there in the open, you guys would be able to notice, now that you're not surrounded by all of the tall fields and things like that, in the distance, Harry had said that this thing must be blocking out like the horizon. And to those of you who are still within the confines of the farm and the fields and whatnot, you wouldn't necessarily be able to notice it. But to those of you who went out into the open, you absolutely would be able to see a creature in the distance, rivaling like skyscraper height.
Wow, I really am tired.
You guys can kind of see that this large being is completely like dwarfing like Lake Cole, which is, there's multiple dry docks there that could fit multiple of your ships. This thing is like city sized at the very least. Like it seems to be taller even than the walls that you like that you can see in the distance of the capital and like the castle that's there. This thing is gargantuan,
huge,
and it seems to be like
to scale on the map right now,
more or less. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And as
good thing we rested.
As Harry had said, or I'm sorry, as Russ had said, this thing is much bigger than the gyro worm.
Yeah.
And those of you also outside of the farm who would have like attempted to set up camp like out in the open and whatnot, once you like reach the clearing and were able to see like the horizon, you would notice that there are hundreds of individuals just like evacuating and heading in like mostly the south direction, but some even
Towards
like
the
headed
kingdom?
Yeah, so most of them headed towards the kingdom, some of them headed more inland, so towards y'all actually, but they were super far away still. Like it would have been like, you know, easily like an hour on foot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but there were
RIP your boy Cricket, you know.
there were carriages like peeling out. There were people like it's a full-on cataclysm in that direction as the rain starts to intensify. At that point though, I think each of you would be able to get out of the rain and into the shelter that you guys had found, right?
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Which would be, we'll just use this map right here. Hold on, let me double check something. Yes, this is the right map. All right. But you guys can go ahead and drag yourselves on. This is just a little bit more zoomed in on the what you call it, the storehouse that has been yeah, it's there's like a storehouse connected to a mill here that they're out of season, so it's not occupied at the moment. And lots of other like there's like a compost bin in the distance, and like yeah, there's just it's a fully sustainable you know, like agricultural compound that has just about everything you could possibly need to survive off of. Even further in the distance, there's like beans and rice that grow in like a more of like a wetland kind of terrain. Like as you get into the more densely wooded areas, there's like a lot more water being held in the ground there. But yeah, there's literally every vegetable you could probably imagine. And
wait, in the storehouse?
No, in this surrounding area. The storehouse is like kind of empty. There's just like barrels and like hay bales and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, if anybody wanted to like put their token like on, just this was just for that purpose. But you guys are gonna be able to camp out here, get tons of like edible supplies and whatnot, and get a full rest if that's what you're going for.
Let's go.
Hello.
So all right, so that's 8 hours. So
8 hours is the minimum.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out for aid spell because that would completely remove that from our equation.
That would
Right, yeah,
for sure remove that from the equation.
That's what
Is it
I'm
still
minus.
raining outside when we wake up?
Well, before we just skip the whole long rest, is there anything anybody wanted to accomplish? Because you don't have to be passed out the whole time. You just can't be doing like extraneous work. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna reconstruct Bang D Blast.
For sure.
So
I want to prepare breakfast. About like I'll rest and then wake up a little bit before everyone else and prepare breakfast. It's gonna be fried potatoes and a sweet tomato sauce.
You guys are going to be waking up in the middle of the night, because it's the middle of the day.
Fried potatoes.
So 8 hours from now would be like midnight or like something like that. Like so, if you wanted to make breakfast, you can, but like.
Well, it's fried potatoes. Listen, the reason I asked for sugarcane and tomato is basically I'm making fried potatoes and ketchup.
Breakfast food
it's just
is
a
good
starchy snack to get us going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, breakfast food is good any time of day. You know.
I know. I just don't want y'all thinking that it's like the morning and the sun is out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for an hour, because that's the limits of it, Dill is going to be trying to hone in on the Rokushiki technique that Jerry had showed him and had seen from the Cyberpol agents, but it's not the Rankyaku, it's flying strikes.
Okay. So you're gonna keep working on that?
Yep.
Do I need to roll anything for what I made?
Yeah, but that'll be like near the end of the rest, right?
Hell yeah.
Is there anything else anybody is wanting to go over during the rest or accomplish? I think Samia is going to be focusing on trying to whip up some more med kits.
For Lord or not for Lord Azrael, but for Big Azrael, did he like glean anything from watching that dude whip that scythe around, considering that he has a hammer/scythe now? Like, did he like understand a little bit of how, like, his technique, anything like that?
But if you approach him about it, he's like, man, you saw that guy? You know, one hell of an arm on him, like for an old guy, for an old fella. Like I and he like kind of like looks at his arms and he's just like, I feel like my moves are weak. You think I'm strong, right?
If you ask me, it's not necessarily about strength. I think it's more of a technique thing. Did you pay attention to kind of how he's doing it?
It's like, I don't know, man. I feel like that old man could probably take me in an arm wrestle. Like, you know, like farmers, they got like this crazy strength you wouldn't believe. I was a bit of a lumberjack back in my day. I used to be a little bit more built. Maybe I've gotten complacent. And you'd be about them gains again.
I think it's more of a form thing than a strength thing. You're a pretty strong dude, you know. I like tapping on
You
the
think
shoulder.
so? And he taps you on the shoulder as well. Make a deck save.
I was about to say, I think I can at least try and save out of this.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
have blessed, but
You like kind of like dodge out of the way of it, and he's just like, "Oh, sorry, yeah, man, can you imagine if that dude tapped you on the shoulder?" And he's just like, he keeps like stacking himself against the colonel, and he's just like,
right.
You think I'm gonna be that kind of old man? You know, like I'm gonna just be able to like break the fucking sound barrier one of these days.
Hey, dude, I think like I said, I think you got the strength for it. I think you practice a little more, hone your technique, you got it. I gave you a scythe. That's really all you need.
And he's just kind of like introspective, and he's just like, I mean, with how many times I've swung a weapon, you know, I like that's like my whole thing. It's my signature technique, the great swing. I'm
gonna pull out the scythe that the dude that the guy was using. I'm like, you see this old thing? You see this beat up thing? Look at it. He's had to repair it, mend it, all this type of stuff. Shoddy work, to be honest. But he was able to do that with this little scythe. Now look at you. You're not lacking in the strength department at all. So I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you could figure out how to do the same thing he was doing. It's a million years old.
So you're telling me a man with less tone than me and a worse weapon, when I've devoted most of my life to buffing my physical form and honing my weapons to the finest quality, was able to outdo me with just technique alone, and that the whole focus of my entire life so far has been dwarfed by his existence?
I'm gonna just like grab big Azrael. I'm gonna use like both my hands, like grab both sides of his face and just like pull him closer and just be like, hey, it's not the strength, it's the technique.
He's like, I've been focusing on the strength for so long, and he's just like, and he's just like, he just seems like so frustrated right now. He's just like, I learned how to craft weapons specifically so that I could like have the best weapons that could keep up with my strength. And then this old man, he's just like, all right. He cracks his neck, and he's just like, I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna start swinging this old man's, you know, like this old man's scythe, and I'm gonna see what I could do. And he's just like, I'll get back to you.
So, before he leaves, I'm gonna grab the scythe real quick. Look, it's not the scythe, it's the technique. Think about the fight we just had with him. Use the scythe that you have, and think about the technique that he used when he was swinging it. You know how we're different sizes, right? You're stronger than me, right?
Well, hear me out, brother. I think that part of the reason why he was able to do that is because he didn't care about his weapon breaking. When I've taken so much pride into handcrafting the finest weaponry for me, and I don't trust in my abilities enough for me to not break it when I swing it, so I might be subconsciously holding back. Let me try with this old piece of shit and see if I'm onto something here.
I'm gonna grab him by the face again and just be like, look, I made the scythe that you have. Are you doubting my abilities?
He's just like, maybe I'm just thinking that I'm too strong. I've leaned too far in one end of the spectrum, and I need to just focus on. And he's just like, I don't know, man. It's so confusing right now. He's like, I normally just swing and I don't think this much.
right, because you started talking about the thing that I made. I know it doesn't damage him, but I'm gonna just like grab his hair a little bit more. Like, pull. You think that I made a weapon that was not suited to the strength of you?
And he's just like, listen, if you're trying to like go out there and spar, that's fine. I love this kind of energy, but I'm gonna need you to get out of my face right now because I'm going through a bit of a crisis.
And I pull up my mace. I'm like, look, if you're doubting my weapons, I'm just like drop the mace on the ground. Then let's see.
Is anybody else interacting with any other members of the crew during this before we have these homies go and spar out in the fields?
No, I'm talking in my sleep a lot though.
I would and during my rest, I wouldn't be able to wouldn't be able to go to sleep because of the rain and stuff. So I would try to focus and see if I could work the voice and communicate with adult without talking to her. Or maybe even attending.
I feel like Dalt is just like hanging out with like some birds like in the corner and just like looking out the window, and then every couple of seconds Scarlet is just like staring in her direction from across the room. And Dalt just kind of like, you know, like looks like around, like feeling like what the fuck, like what's going on, and she just sees Scarlet just like dead staring from like across the room. She's like, "Are you okay?" And she like yells out, like,
just listen to what you hear, not what you see. And I'm gonna like pitch my index and my middle finger on my forehead. In my head, I'm like, "Don't listen." I'm gonna just stare even harder.
And she just kind of like laughs a little bit, and she's just like, okay, so she stands up, brushes off some hay from like her little dress, and walks over in your direction, and she's just like, I think I get what you're doing. Like I some advice that Baba gave me, you know, a long time ago. She knew somebody else who had the voice, and she was the speaker herself, but she couldn't really hear it. She could only like, you know, go off of what she knew from one of her relatives that passed away a long time ago, is that you have to let it come to you. Trying with all of your might isn't necessarily going to be the proper form of training, from what she told me. And I remember getting frustrated when I was a lot younger that I wasn't able to like accomplish what I wanted to with this, and it was only whenever I wasn't trying that I was actually. And she's just like, first you want to just take in everything around you in the environment. We use these birds, and you can even use the rain, and she's like, close your eyes, and like, not just on your face, like think about closing your mind off and like take in deep breaths and relax and listen to each of the raindrops as they hit against the window. Listen to your crew snoring, you know, all around you as they are passed out. Listen to, you know, and she kind of like lifts her arm up, and one of the like crows like starts to flap, and she's like, each of the flaps of the wing of this bird. And there's a language in everything around the world, all around us. And in order to speak, you must listen. Or at least that's what she told me, and that started to really help. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana, which is usually engineering, but for right now it's Arcana. you're hearing all of the like raindrops like around you, and as you start to like close off your mind and open up your ears to listen, it's almost like a chaotic, like you're used to melodies and music, and like there's like a pattern and a rhythm to things, and so you can expect almost like what's coming next, or be pleasantly surprised. But there is like this is a cacophony, and it's all disorder, and it's so much from every single direction for your mind to take in that it almost feels like it almost feels like claustrophobic, like you're being boxed in a very tight space, and like you can't think, and it for a second it's like you can't even breathe, and then you like open your eyes and snap back into like the room that you're in, instead of like trying to like be universally experiencing, you like have to like gasp to catch your breath, as it was like too overwhelming.
You had to go through. We got to go through that to get the superpower.
Well, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, rain is kind of a lot, and we are around a lot of life right now. You see, there's life all around us in the trees and in the plants, as well as the animals, and this might be it is a little bit loud around right now, even though, you know, some might say it's quiet, but when you're listening to like the world, you know, there's a lot that comes into play, and there's also, and she like looks to the east, and she's just like, you probably heard it as well, and she obviously she's mentioning the gigantic kaiju that is like, you know, on the side of the island right now.
I think I either heard that or I heard everybody else on with the kaiju. But I'm gonna tell her I appreciate the help. I'm gonna keep on trying.
Yeah.
See if I can get quieter.
It's really a lot if you're around a bunch of stress or like worry or like even pain. Like whenever you open yourself to the world, you know, you don't just get the good, you get everything. And sometimes that's more of a curse than a gift, but as you start to like, I've been working on it myself, and from what Baba told me, a mountain, and it lost its babies. I think the stream just went down. Hold on.
It hiccuped for a second, but it's still online for me.
Yeah, we're good, I think. Okay. Yeah, I just had to double check because my OBS just crashed, and my power started to flicker a bit. But yeah, she's mentioning how back when she was 8 years old, she started like breaking down and crying out of nowhere, and she didn't really know why. And then she found out later that it was because a mother falcon had lost her nest and her babies. But as she's grown up, she has come to realize that you know, death is a part of life, and you know, with every positive emotion you might take in from the world, you also might take in a negative one, and eventually you can start to filter these things more actively.
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
But yeah, Scarlet basically just had like a Kobe at Marineford kind of moment, like with the rain and with all of these people panicking on the shore.
No, man, this Scarlet, man, she ain't phased. Unless that's actually not Luminous B. She might be shaking her boots for real.
So yeah, Lord Azrael and Samia are trying to whip up some med kits. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for both of them with advantage. Some medicine checks. There's I'm not gonna necessarily worry about like them identifying a whole bunch of these things, as Lord Azrael has the literature to identify it all very easily with that book that he got. And then Dill,
that he stole.
okay. It's not overdue yet. It's not overdue yet. Yeah.
I'm
Like,
counting it down. Don't you worry. I haven't forgotten.
The island yet.
Yeah. I got
so
this.
I know this man, and he would cast guidance on himself before doing this. So let me click that, and then I will roll medicine with advantage. Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's a success. I'm not
So,
even the DM.
I don't know. No, and
Yeah,
then
well,
we roll for Samia, and then Dill. I'm going to need, give me 3 attack rolls, all flat.
Wounded 12. 9, 18, 17.
So it's above average. I like what we're getting at there. Wonderful.
No, that was a 2 on the dice for the first one.
Can I help them or anything since I'm over there with them?
So Samia got a 27, which is
Oh, never mind.
the exact same roll.
27.
That is identical rolls there. Wonderful. So I will figure out how many med kits they're going to be able to make and the quality of them based off of that. And there's all of the ingredients that they would possibly need for basic stuff here.
I'm proficient in medicine. Can I make any med kits?
I feel like you're about to be sparring with with Big Ezra.
No, I'm not saying to make some that they were gonna make, but if I can make any extra, I am proficient in medicine.
I mean, the DC is pretty high, but you can.
Okay. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
You're about to be fighting with Big Azra.
I don't. Well, yeah, that's okay. Guidance is a cantrip, as far as I understand. Like that's what
22 is pretty good. I'll
22 is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to you on that. As far as
Nice.
Davos, Davos, what are you going to be doing during all of this?
I really want to, I guess, enjoy some food as I wake up, and then after that I stretch, I stand, I'm like, okay, back up to business. And
Is there anything that you wanted to
I
train
guess I could go
on,
ahead and
or anyone you wanted to interact with?
I guess we haven't called back since our rest, have we?
I mean, the captain did just call Harry and spoke with Russ briefly, like right before.
We're in the middle of the rest right now, though, Mikey.
Oh, if we're still in the middle, then I think Davos is sleeping clean through it, but he's eating those potatoes like while he's asleep, like Luffy does.
Okay, so Cece, go ahead and roll me a cook's utensils.
Oh, every time I go to cook, guys, or I do any archaeology stuff, it's low. The two things I'm supposed to be good at.
So yeah, something about the meal tastes a little off. Like these potatoes are a bit more gritty than what you're used to working with, Cece. You didn't have like a whole bunch of like oil or like animal fat or anything like that, so like it doesn't have like the most flavor, but nutritionally everything's there. And you might be a little bit like let down because given like the full like Garden of Eden here that you had, it's still not like to the quality that you have that you like to set for yourself.
This is a bad omen.
Nah, Davos is like asleep, so he scarfs it down. It's delicious. He can't really perceive anything like that too. He's like,
and yeah, the sugar, it being like straight raw unrefined sugar, had a bit of a different boiling point than you were used to, and there's like another flavor there that didn't get distilled out that you're just like, well, you'll remember it for next time. But cooking with raw sugar cane is like a whole different beast than versus like processed sugar,
granulated sugar.
So it's there's definitely like some like learning experiences here when living straight off the land versus having like market quality ingredients, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at least you're learning like more of that, and so if you were to like attempt to make the same dish again in the future, you would like know how you would do it differently with these types of ingredients, like more raw ingredients versus processed ones, or slightly like refined, because processed has like a negative connotation in the food world. But yeah, you guys are able to get like fed and get rested and whatnot. As far as Bang Deep Boom versus Big Azra, he takes like you guys kind of like step out behind this like storehouse in between like a field and like and the storehouse, and he like plunges the weapon you made for him into the ground, and he's just like he's like, with all due respect, it's not that I don't think that your quality of craft is enough. It's that I couldn't dare to see something like that be broken by my hand. And he's just like, it's a work of art. And he's like, but this, and he like holds like the broken one up, and he's just like, this thing I don't give a shit about. And he's just like, so I have to, it's for my own curiosity, I have to see if that's what's been holding me back. But it's nothing against the quality of your work. But if you're gonna stand there and try to take this, like, I'm letting you know right now, I'm not gonna be holding back. As he like readies his stance and like prepares to great swing with the Colonel's scythe.
So Baby Boom is gonna be standing there with his mace with like a Dragon Ball Z like Goku or Raptor, just like, yeah, bro, you insulted my. At this point, this insults my weapon. The nerve to think you can break this thing. And I'm gonna pick up my mace, and it's like, well, let's see if it's the technique of the weapon itself.
And he is going to let's see, he's gonna let out a great swing for sure. So
that's a deck save. Okay.
yeah, so that is gonna be 18 full points of
Strong
damage.
will.
Okay.
Strong will.
Did you have any of those left?
I do.
Okay. Because this is before the rest resolves, obviously.
Yes, I had one left before the rest.
Let's see it. Because you could roll a 1. Okay, you do succeed.
God.
So you take half of this as you're able to have your weapon, block the brunt of this swing. The scythe that he swung at you with splinters. It's like the handle of it is almost like atomized where he was like gripping it. As the head of the scythe like flings off and sticks into the side of the storeroom, and like Davos is just like snoring, and like as he's like snoring, like laying back on like a hay bale, there's like the big snot bubble kind of going, like getting bigger and getting smaller, and then like through the wall near where he's laying, the tip of the axe just like and like punctures through the wall and pops his like snot bubble, and he just goes like, and then goes right back to sleep.
Sleep through that.
Then it's like
in the best way possible.
this shit is hilarious. And Big Azra is he's just like well, yes, that's actually a really good quality mace you got there. I don't I got to apologize. And then he picks up the scythe that you made for him, and he's just like, but we're gonna run that back now that I know I got nothing to worry about. And he's like, brace yourself. And it's like menacing, like the resolve.
I'm gonna cast bless on myself.
But yeah, the resolve in this man's voice is palpable as he like sterns his like gaze and like tightens his grip on the glass hammer scythe. And let's see. The great swing.
I think that was the last level 1 spell slot I had to cast bless on myself, so let's see.
The great swing is now slightly upgraded.
Save. Alright, Jesus. Show me the way. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah. Didn't even need it. But yeah, so as he swings into you with this weapon, and no more inhibitions or concerns about breaking it, it seems to be just monumentally stronger than the swing that he just like hit you with. And you can see that like blades of like grass all around you are like cut and chopped and stuff like that. You get moved back like 5 feet, but you like steadied your stance so you're not like knocked the fuck over. But you could tell that like somebody not as like rock steady or braced for it would have been probably cut in half, if not like thrown backwards like a good 10 or 15 feet and maybe knocked on their ass, you know. So this new and improved resolve found within him basically allows him to add his proficiency to the damage. So he's dealing a little bit extra, and though it didn't quite like break the sound barrier or anything like that, you could tell that he is definitely swinging with a little bit more strength, and he's just like he's like, well, yeah, this thing definitely, I wasn't holding back, and You still do take half of that damage, by the way.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I know.
So he goes over and he's just like, and you know what? Even if this weapon does take on any damage somehow, I know I've between me and you, we'll be able to fix it right up. And he has like a bro moment with you, and he's just like, let's go get some rest. And something smells pretty good. And he's just like, and he walks back over to the storehouse, and he sees like the head of the scythe sticking through the wall. He's just like, oh fuck, whoops. He just like pulls that out and like chunks it into one of the fields. He's like, nobody saw it.
No. I'm gonna take that scythe home and put it back in my bag. It's spare parts. Spare parts are spare parts.
Yeah. But he like goes to like chunk it, and he's like, and you stop him. He's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
I'll tell him the same thing. Spare parts are spare parts.
He's like, you're right. And then he's gonna demolish some potatoes and then like pass out for like whatever the rest of the time span is. And yeah, if there's anything else anybody wanted to go over, let me know. But we're gonna have Lord Azrael and Samia will both have, because they both have expertise in medicine, they're both going to be able to get 2 greater med kits, and Bang D Boom, you're going to be able to get 2 normal med kits out of some of the medicine checks that were made earlier. Dill, I'm going to message you after session a thing.
Yeah.
Don't get too hype, but I am gonna message you a thing, and then yeah, everybody is going to be able to hit the long rest button on their sheets. If anybody had any remaining spell slots or anything, don't forget, if you're rest casting anything, as far as like spells go. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Nomad's long rest buttons and get Lord Azrael's hit as well. As time continues on, the rain has been pouring down for hours, and although it did seem to subside for bits, it started to pick up and intensify for bits as well. And whatever loud noises have been just like booming and echoing in the distance have continued to do so, potentially awakening some of the lighter sleepers in the crew several times throughout the events. Over 8 hours later, they are still ongoing, and it is now the dark of night, and it is gonna be around like in between like midnight and 2 a.m. depending on like if y'all are like straight up leaving as soon as you get like all up and ready and rested. But it's definitely been an eventful day to say the least. It being as dark as it is, whenever you guys get out, you can't necessarily see on the horizon, especially through these tall crops. But any of you that go past like the crops and towards like the barbed wire fence would not be able to see what was seen earlier in the day, as it is too dark. And obviously any emergency sirens, those had stopped long ago, whenever presumably the town was first attacked. Whatever crazy figure, whatever marine justice cloak wearing individual had leapt into the sky and started trying to box with this thing, every couple of minutes or so you can kind of like hear another like loud pop in the distance, kind of like, and there's like a bit of like an atmospheric dispersal that shakes all of the like grains and like grass around you as well. Like whatever crazy battle was raging on in the distance seems to still be doing that 8 hours later.
I'm gonna try to call Cricket.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wake up and be like, damn, they're still going?
Cricket, yeah, he picks up and he's just like, he's like, where are you?
I'm on my way. I'm almost there. I had to stop and rest for. Are you
He's
still
like,
in the town or
No, do not go to Lake Hole. Like, there's nobody there right now. Like everyone is evacuated. We're at the capital. A lot of us, some people went out and just, like some people ran out into the forest. Some people ran out into the fields. Some people didn't make it, but do not go to Lake Hole right now.
Okay, get with my friend Verity, lay low, chill. I don't know if I'm gonna come to the capital. I gotta see what the rest of my crew wants to do. We need to talk though before I leave this island.
Does Bangy Boom hear this phone call?
Probably.
I'm talking loud as fuck.
Yeah,
Cece
you have a
loud.
good passive too.
Wait a minute. Verity isn't in Port Vestibule?
He is. That's the capital.
Wait,
That's the capital, Bau.
wait. So you're saying everybody left, right? So that turtle is there for the taking.
Yeah, I think we should forget about the
Ain't
turtle
no
and see about the
way.
people, the ship that. Don't you?
But no. The ship, they said they're good.
That was 8 hours ago.
We call them. We call them and see if they're still good. We get the turtle, right?
The last thing you heard from the ship was, "Oh fuck, a tidal wave," and you're like, "They said they're good." Yeah.
Hey, oh, you think I don't have confidence in the ship that I built? Oh, okay. Tidal wave. Okay.
Oh my god.
To be fair, they might be more ashore, which means they're further out of harm's way.
What's a tidal wave one? Yeah. Let's call them and see how it's going.
All right, Cricket, just hold tight. I'll give you a call if we decide we're capital. I'll let you
He's
know.
like, the capital's a mess right now. He's like, it's people are sleeping in the streets right now because there's all of the hotels are full. Like it's like, it's people might be like starting riots here soon. Like, I don't know. This is bad. And like, he's like, he seems like distressed.
Then get out of there. Go to my place. It's like deep in the woods.
You would also know from like his history, he does not fuck with the capital like a lot.
Yeah.
And like when you mention your place, he's just like, it's gonna take me all night to get over there. Like, there's no carriages running right now. Everyone's like, and he's just like, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Just stay safe.
Well,
Do not go to Lacole.
Okay. I trust your guidance. I'll let everyone else know. Stay safe. And then I hang up.
Everyone else,
Captain.
like,
Yeah.
Captain, I think we should go to Lacole.
I do not. I trust Cricket. He's a strong kid. I do not think that's the move.
Look, she just got here, and this cricket dude, we don't even know. But what I do know is there's a gigantic golden jewel-embedded turtle in Lacole right now with no one to guard it.
Yeah, I want it too, but we can let the Marine that's fighting the giant thing kill the giant thing and then go get it before everyone's back.
Well, when do you think everyone's going to be looking at the giant turtle? It's after the big thing's killed, obviously.
Well,
So
no, man, it'll take them days to get back because they have to register with the capital, then unregister with the capital, leave. It's a whole bureaucratic process. I'm telling you, we'll have time to get the turtle.
Which is why this is the perfect time to get it. While they're fighting, no bureaucrats around, Marines are busy, no citizens around to say, hey, what are you doing? Sounds
You
like
want
a
to sneak in
perfect
there
opportunity
in the
to leave.
middle of that gigantic conflict and try to get the turtle?
Are you scared of a little fish?
Dalt
No.
Wisney just kind of steps forward. She's like, I mean, I'm sorry. You said the Marines are busy. All of the most powerful Marines are probably going to be right next to that turtle on the shore, like on the docks, like fighting that thing. So
Right, but they're going to be fighting that thing, not guarding the turtle. Right?
And she just kind of like shrugs and like turns around and she goes, "Man, this guy really wants a bounty."
I don't even care. I don't even care.
Seeing the size of it and hearing Bang say a little creature is going to be like, oh, no. That thing is the entire size of the city of LxrD, maybe times 3 because of like the parts I couldn't see, you know? But it was above LxrD and wider than LxrD.
Wait, Vex, was that Dolt or Samia saying that?
It was Dolt.
Oh, I'm gonna grab Dolt, just like 2 hands by the shirt, and be like, "But think about how much that gold is worth."
And she's like, "Well, maybe Baba was right. Maybe gold is cursed. You know, like if this is what it's done to you." And she's just like, you know, being like, "But I don't know nothing about that." Like giving you that kind of like
Gold
face.
has cursed
No,
Bang.
but I'm gonna look at Dolt and be like, "Look, if gold is cursed, it's cursed with being worth a lot of money." I can't think of a better opportunity to go get it.
We could get it at any time. Like, Cole usually has a very low marine presence. It's Nepo babies that go to school there. Like,
Oh
we
my
could just
god.
grab it and run on our way out.
Or we could take it while everybody's gone and nobody will even know who took it. Who wants a bounty when you can have a turtle's worth of gold, a tortoise worth of gold?
Devil's advocate point. What if the Marine kills that fish while we're stealing it and spots us, and then we have to deal with a Marine that could take down that fish?
Exactly.
This guy.
He's got to be like a vice admiral. Look how he's flying and hitting it. Bang! Please
Davos,
look at how
Davos.
he's flying and hitting it.
Davos, my good friend Davos. How long have we been asleep?
It feels like a day and a half, but I don't
Right,
know.
but probably around 8-ish hours, 8 to 10 hours, you know. If they haven't beat it by now, they're not gonna beat it in the next couple hours, right? Why don't we get the turtle and go?
Captain, what do you think? I definitely think we should call your guys as friends.
I said we leave that turtle alone. If the Marines are up there, I don't want to be getting in their way, let alone getting discovered. They're not even supposed to be here. We were lucky enough they didn't discover us back then. But that, what was her name again? That plant lady? I don't really care.
But
Plant
Captain,
lady.
I don't have a bounty.
That Miss Lady bitch?
I don't have a bounty.
You keep trying to run into these situations, Bing. You gonna have a bounty soon.
Well, let me go get the turtle.
By yourself? Hell no. How about this, right? How about this? Right? If we could safely get to either Cricket or the ship, think about it. We could think about it.
Well, Captain, Cricket's in the capital now. He's not even in the
Capital?
evacuated. Yeah. So I don't know if we want to go there or not. That's your call.
The capital?
It's a very high marine presence.
I don't want to. I say, ooh, Yo, Bang, would you rather want to go to the capital and see what they got going on, or you want to fight this damn turtle? Because I ain't gonna lie, if Cricket's safe, we could low-key fight the turtle.
Well, he's trying to steal the turtle, but in order to steal the turtle, you'd have to go right next to the wherever the Marines and this massive ass fucking CB star.
Oh yeah. Oh man, about the capital, dog. Nah, I don't want to go there either. Shit, where do we go?
So
The ship?
this was about where the ship
Wait,
was.
but hear me out. They're fighting the sea. They're not looking for people trying to steal the turtle.
I won't lie, Pete or Bang is persuading me. Davos says, and he's kind of nodding along, like they're probably not going to defeat it that fast if they haven't already. That actually checks out.
You know what I'm saying? We steal the turtle.
Plus, it's a pretty cool turtle. I've always thought about it myself. I'm not gonna lie; it's always been in the back of my mind. It was a score I couldn't get. I don't know.
And the money.
Listen, I also want to steal the turtle, but I don't want to die to get it.
Yo,
We
Cece,
don't have to
I'm gonna let
die.
you know right now.
Never die. We rested.
Boom, we some pirates, man. We love the action and the danger. So you go if you want,
Captain.
you can go to the capital. We gotta go fight
I'm
this
well
turtle.
rested.
I go to the capital. I
Yo,
hate
yo,
the capital.
Yo, Captain,
Yeah,
hear me out.
F that cap.
My scorching ray, I think can disconnect this turtle from the stone. And if it's less than if it's less than 430 pounds, then I can fit it in my bag.
Oh, I'm down with fighting it. I said we're gonna go.
I'm sorry.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. We don't
Hold
have
on,
to fight
hold on. Do you honestly think that a turtle bigger than Lord Azrael and Big Azra that you're presuming is made of solid gold would be less than 500 pounds?
No, but I think half of it would be less than 500 pounds.
Ain't no way.
You think half of it is less than 500 pounds?
I know how much it weighs, actually.
Right,
Like,
half of
the-
it is more than 500 pounds.
Go ahead and roll it inside.
I mean, we could decapitate it.
You said an insight? One thing.
Yeah, even just the head would probably shell us out a lot of cash.
Right. If I can,
start thinking about having another skull in his collection.
does a 16? What does a 16 get me?
So you would know. I'm just doing some math really quick. So the cubic weight of gold. Now let me multiply.
Yes.
Oh yeah. This is a couple tons.
Couple tons. A ton's what? 1,000 pounds?
2,000.
2,000 pounds. Oh, it's a couple tons.
I don't
Okay.
think we can carry that thing.
Easy.
It's okay.
So we'd be
I
able to carry a
easily-
quarter of it.
Wait. Stop. At the very least, we can take some of it. Because I can take at least 430 pounds of it in my bag alone.
Above table, I have powerful builds, so I can also carry some of it. And I'm sure Big Azra's carrying capacity is
Right.
a lot.
Oh, I think we can
Also-
definitely like get it. I don't know if it's worth it to
Also-
go there until that thing is above
Also,
table. Like,
Also above table, I have 2 scorching rays, which is the most scorching rays I'll ever have at any point. So, I can theoretically cut that gold twice if scorching ray cuts gold. So if
How
I
much
cut
is-
it into third,
Hold on, how much is a megaton?
a megaton.
I'm just doing some math really quick. Let me
What?
see.
Why are you being like this? It's not that
No,
big.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
just
on.
doing
that's
math.
1 million
Let's
tons.
be-
A megaton
No, it's
is
not
1 million tons.
It's not a megaton.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that
Oh,
much.
don't be like that.
Kiloton is 1,000 tons.
No,
Right,
no,
You
no,
said a
no.
kiloton?
It's
Don't
double
rain on my
digit.
parade like that.
I'm just doing math, Pete. It is
Did
double
you say
digits.
triple digit?
It's double digit tons.
Double
Okay.
digit tons. I don't care. I can still cut off 430 pounds of gold. That's that. Is that okay with? Does that sound good to anybody else? Like I can at the very least take 400 pounds of gold. Does that sound reasonable?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it does, but is it worth the? I mean, hey, I'll ball out to the fallout if that's what the captain says, but
400 pounds of gold. I think that seems pretty
I
reasonable.
just think there's a more opportune time to do this instead of right
You
now.
think so? Wait, Lucas. You think the time when there's nobody in the city except Marines busy doing something else is there's going to be a more opportune time than that?
Yeah, when all the prissy, pissy college kids are back and there's a barely any Marine present.
Right, but why would deal with all them when the Marines aren't even focused on us? They got a whole.
They will be if we start chopping up and shooting down the fucking turtle.
Wait, Luke, wait, above table. Lucas, do you really think that when there's a giant Cthulhu monster in the ocean, that they're gonna turn around and look at us chopping up gold?
Potentially, yes, but also the Cthulhu monster will notice us.
But you think the Cthulhu monster is there in the gold?
It's getting treated like a speed bag, to be fair.
It's just something we don't have to fight.
Okay.
Somebody has to fight it, just not us.
What is the captain thinking right now? Because we clearly know where other people stand.
Oh, yo, I say we gonna fight this thing.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
All right.
Balincc, you are
Let's roll.
Valencia, above table, we don't have to fight the thing. It's just
Right, you
us
are
sneaking in,
misunderstanding.
taking the turtle, and leaving.
Right, you're misunderstanding. We do not have to fight anything.
Oh. But I also don't want to go to the capital.
Right,
You know-
I'm not talking
Oh
about
yeah, no,
going to
yeah.
the
Nobody
capital.
wants to go to the capital. My proposition was go to the ship, and the last thing then was tidal wave, and then it,
Lucas wants to go to the ship with no gold. I want to go to the port city and get 430 pounds of gold, at least. Those are the two propositions. The caveat is that there are Marines in the capital, but they're not focused on us.
That's the only thing that the Marines are. So there's Marines and the Royal Guard at the capital. At LxrD, there's Marines and the Cthulhu monster, like you said.
Hey. Let them focus on Cthulhu. We take the tortoise.
Brother.
Tasty is gonna begrudgingly help you get that turtle because she wants it as well. But
Am I bugging?
Kinda.
Is there a better
Above
time?
table? Above table? Kinda. Yeah.
Is there a better time to get this
on
fucking
table?
tortoise?
I'm for it, you know? It caught Dill's eyes whenever we arrived in Lycol.
I'm gonna be
But-
honest. Even above table, there's not a better time to get this freaking tortoise.
I don't know about that.
Let's just be professionals about it. Ocean's 11, baby.
Oh
All right,
my
so
Wait, are
God.
we-
Table, there is
are
a
we
better
pirates?
time.
Are we
Above
pirates
table,
or are
there
we not
is a better
pirates?
time because the Marines would have to spend time to try and get back to Lake Hole to get to us if we did try to steal it after they left. Because the
Right.
normal citizens won't be able to do anything to us while we're trying to take it and leave. But
Right,
if
but
we wait after the Marines leave, the
alternatively-
Marines have to travel to get back to us, meaning we can
Right.
get to our ship and escape before they get to us.
Alternatively, Dill, if things are more calm, there are other pirates in and around Lake Hole.
Are there?
no,
what you said,
it's a
from
college
what you-
town.
from
I
what
didn't
you-
say
not-
I didn't say nothing
from when
about
I was-
pirates.
Yes, you did. When I was at the shipyard, where'd you pirates?
The
I
dude was
said-
off the coast of Livneal whenever he got attacked.
Wait, hold on.
No,
what
no,
pirates
no,
are?
no,
Hold
stop,
on.
stop,
No.
Let me explain. Let me explain. It's the pirates you said when I was talking to the shipwright, and I was asking about their supplies and all that stuff like that. And you said they've been having issues and things like that because the pirates are right off their coast, and not over in Livneal or the other parts of Livneal, right off their coast.
Yeah, like so obviously the north half is like infested in pirates, and there are trade routes that sail right by it. So they have been missing a lot of ships coming through this, but this is a checkpoint because pirates have been intercepting people along the clockwise gyre. That could be at any point in the clockwise gyre.
Look, empty city, golden turtle. All I'm saying.
Also, I counted the main crew members. This would be in Ocean's 12. Just wanted to mention.
Didn't they?
Right.
I never saw him, but didn't they say the sequel was better?
Wait, all right, but hear me out. We could just leave one of the main crew members behind.
Well, there's several of them
Or-
at the ship right now. So if it were just all of you, that's like 6+. That's Ocean's 9, like the prequel.
Well, look, one
Hey,
of you
then we
guys.
get away without copyright infringement, you know?
Not true. We call Rocky B and Russ, and we got an Ocean's 11 right now.
Oh my
I mean,
god!
to be fair,
Rocky
Ocean's
B's the
10 was
getaway
pretty
car.
good with Rocky B.
No, yeah, that's hey, Ocean. I'm just saying Russ for the Ocean's 11 number. You know what I'm saying? But like,
We
but
don't need
look,
copyright.
but look, a Rocky B right now, we pull it off. Forget 430 pounds of gold, multiple times.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why
If
we should
have
go to
Rocky
the
B
ship
with us,
and let them leave.
Yeah,
Right, I disagree. We call Rocky B to come and with Russ over to the port city, and we use Rocky B and we get the turtle out while they're fighting the monster.
Okay,
By the
so
time everyone comes back, the turtle is like, "Oh, we got washed away in the battle,
so
and
who's
no one's even
calling?
looking for us."
Who's calling the ship then?
Oh, I mean, it's up to Balincc at the end of the day, but my argument is with me.
Yeah, I guess we should call. Just call. Wait.
Okay. As you hear the phone or the transponder snail ringing, you will. It'll go on for like a bit, and then after like about like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you'll hear like a softy boy pick up. And he's like a little bit out of breath, and he's like, "Oh, finally, we found it." He's like, "We've been looking everywhere for this thing. Oh my god, Captain, are you okay?"
Shit, are you okay?
He's like, well, we kind of got swept away a bit. You see, we're kind of landlocked at the moment." He's like,
What is
"We're in
landlocked? Oh, what is that? Davos?
well, like a tidal
I'm
surge.
surrounded by land.
Yeah, a tidal surge kind of like pushed us. And if you look at the map, that's where your ship is
Oh
at
no.
now.
Wait, what? Let me see. Hold on.
Well, to be fair, right?
Are you
To be
serious?
fair, they got pushed closer to us.
Are you no?
So-
No. Oh, we're down the water. We're cooked.
No,
What is it?
guys, y'all are forgetting.
Maybe we
Baby-
should go to the ship and get it back to the
Nah,
ocean.
Baby is sick right now. Thinking about the fact that his ship is so far inland, he's sick.
Oh, I'm sick. How
He's
am I
just
gonna get
Go over
this
to
off
Bang
the
Softy
land?
boy.
and describe to them how to deploy the skis of the boat.
Yeah, softy
No, I'm
boys. Softy boys, like, well, you see, we were one of the brackets snapped, so during impact. Thankfully, we landed kind of softly. We're in like a swamp kind of situation here. There's a lot of water, so we have a little bit of room to move around in between some of these big ass trees, but like I don't think there's any way we're realistically getting back to the shore without some significant effort. And honestly, I don't know if we really want to be over there right now. And he's just like a lot of the cargo got thrown around. The ship was kind of tilted on its side for a bit. We're all good. We're all accounted for. And we
Are
use
the test subjects still okay?
He's like, yeah, everything is. We couldn't find the transponder snail. But whenever you called, we were able to. I heard it. It got knocked overboard and was hanging out in the swamp water. But thanks to you calling, I was able to find it, and now everything is pretty much accounted for. We did lose a little bit of the rum barrels.
Oh man!
All right, guys, time to go save the boat.
No, man.
It's already
Whoa, Dill. It's
Thank you, Dill. Finally, we agree on something.
It's
No, priorities have aligned. We're gonna go save the boat.
What you gonna do? Scoop it out the water? What you talking about?
Hey, it's still in a barrel. It's still in a barrel, and I got Big Azra, who doesn't have a devil fruit that he can go in the water.
Hey, look here.
Hold
Look here,
on,
Mr.
hold on. Go ahead, Balincc.
I'm gonna tell Dill scared them like, listen, man, I know how you feel. In my heart, I thought I heard cactus juice for a little bit. I almost dropped to my knees. You gotta calm down a little bit.
See, Captain, you see what I mean, right? Is if it was cactus juice, you would want to go there and save it, right?
Don't get me riled up, man.
I'm gonna just pop up.
If it was cactus juice, you would want to go save it. So that's why I want to go save it if it's rum. Now, keep in mind, you still have the cactus juice I gave you. You still got some of that.
I'm
out of alcohol, Captain.
I'm gonna just pop up between Dill and the captain. I'm gonna just like have one on like each shoulder and be like, hey, think about how much rum we could buy with thousands of pounds of gold.
Okay, I understand that, man. We would still have to go to the ship to get Rocky B. And while we're there getting Rocky B, we can salvage the rum barrels that are in the water.
We don't have to go to the ship to get Rocky B. He loves us.
We need to get our ship off of land.
That's what I'm saying. And the rum bag.
Oh, no, regardless
Triple
of
that.
or Rocky B, okay? Regardless of the two.
Y'all are misunderstanding something. That ship is not getting off of land without me. Because it sounds like they broke one of the skis.
Yeah, exactly. So we all go over there, we fix the ship, and then we start talking about what's next.
Right, what is this we fix the ship? I fix the ship.
The softy boy chimes in because you're still on the phone with him, and he's just like, I just wanted to add, yeah, none of us are getting into this water that we're surrounded in right now because there's leeches like the size of Rocky B swimming around in it, like
Oh, they're in the marsh.
Yeah, it's rough. Ow, fuck. And he's like, plus they got mosquitoes the size of footballs over here. I don't know what kind of bullshit like place this is, but it's kind of hell. And
you see the rum barrels.
He's just like, I can't see anything right now, and if I light up a torch, I'm mosquito bait. I'm telling you that right now. It is, we're good, but like we're kind of fighting for our lives. Like it's miserable up here. The air is like soup, and it's not good tasting. It's foul. It smells like death and farts.
Baby Boom is just gonna like throw something on the ground and just be like, fuck.
And he's like, but Rocky B's not getting anywhere until he's just like, I was like, yeah, we maybe it'll dry out a little bit, but like yeah, we're kind of stuck. And we were, but like the good news is we have the transponder snail now. And before we were
the good news, huh? What about the rum barrels?
He's like,
what about the cactus juice? Is that good? Did that get like tipped over or anything?
He's like, no, that was fine because that was in the captain's quarters, you know, like, so that's safe. It was just the stuff that was on the, like above deck that we lost a lot of. Also, we did
the rum above deck. We left it up there.
We did also lose our anchor. So even if we were clear to sail, can't really go anywhere right now. We're literally anchored in a swamp.
You know what would be a good anchor, Captain?
I don't know how he will react to this in character, but I would ask Azrael, like, you don't mind swimming in a swamp to get the anchor, would you? That doesn't seem.
And the rum.
He said, what's a swamp?
Oh, I don't know. What's a swamp, Davos?
It's like this nasty place, clearly full of huge leeches too. I had only really heard about like the alligators and
hey, moss
and like droves, nasty fungus.
You know, Captain, you know when you walk by a puddle and
Samia
You know, like when you
says,
walk by a puddle and there's like creatures inside of it, think of that on a larger scale. That's a swamp.
Samia, like her ears perk up, and Lord Azrael as well, and they're just like, did you say fungus? Let's go.
Well,
It's like sporish. It's
Hopefully.
really rough. You get a big whiff of that. Ooh, I don't even want to know what happens to somebody
hopefully
who gets a
Azrael will
whiff
be
of that.
willing to swim in it. But yo, I'm gonna
Listen.
tell Harry or Softy Boy, whoever's talking to me, we aren't all
Baby,
go and fix the
baby is just grumbling.
I ain't
Like,
fixing that.
can't handle the fucking mosquito.
We can go get the turtle after
Hey,
we fix the
that's some
boat.
stupid shit. I guess we on the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang up slowly. It's alright, man. Once you fix the boat, we could get Rocky B out there. Ain't that right?
I'm gonna just brush off Charlotte. Like, get your fucking hands off me.
Bro. So we're probably gonna call it there, and we'll start off next session with you guys heading to the swamp, the marshes, the wetlands, in order to rescue your boat and Rocky B and the rest of the crew, and forage for some mushrooms and some rum barrels and fight off rhino-sized leeches and football-sized mosquitoes, and yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. This is not at all how I imagined this session going, but I was just kind of vibing, and it's been like raining sideways for the past like 2 hours almost, so I'm just glad that I only had one hiccup in stream. But yeah, it's been real. It's been fun. I've got a cover story that I'm about to read. I want to make sure I reiterate to anybody watching this live, or anybody watching this in the future. It is greatly appreciated. The channel has been getting a lot of love recently for a channel of my size. If you're not already subscribed, please make sure to subscribe, as about 35% of you guys are not subscribed. Make sure you like the stream, leave a comment if you're watching this VOD in the future, and join the Discord if you haven't already. And there's a link in the description for all of these individuals' social platforms as well. Hopefully we will be back with the full crew, with Lord Azrael with us as well, next week, same time as usual. And yeah, crew, if you had anything you guys wanted to say before I get to the cover story, go for it.
W session, W crew.
Yeah.
We solo as always.
W session. Just for the record, Baby Boom is always looking to further the bag of the crew. So.
We all want to further it too. We just want to get to that ship and like get it out of.
All right, I put
Homie
this in
is
the VC chat.
feeding.
You said these dudes ain't about a bag for real. I put part of your plan involves Rocky B. Rocky B is also landlocked right now.
Hey, bro, I can get a bag without him, bro. That's what it was.
Hey, yeah, 430 pounds. That's
Exactly. I'll take it.
Hey,
Okay.
that's cool. That's all cool, but Rocky B could get the whole tortoise.
We'll find out how that all plays out next time. Anybody, we also want to reiterate, make sure to go check out link in the description for StrawHatLucas's channel, where you can see group 14, aka Mikey's Men, this Thursday. Sure to be wild, and you will see me there in chat as well. I've also got a watch party in my Discord for the final episode of Dimension 20 and Dropout's latest and greatest, Never Stop Blowing Up, which is I'm so hyped for. That'll be happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. ish CST. And then you can also catch me and a few of the other homies here, like Dill and Lucas, live tomorrow, going over One Piece chapter 1124 on the Eternal Dawn. And yeah, there's a lot of good shit happening this week. And like I said at the beginning of the session, you can join my Patreon and get early access. I've got a video. I've actually got 3 videos in the works, and one of them is almost done. So that will be getting posted shortly. If you want early access, you can get it over on my Patreon, as well as access to an exclusive role in the Discord server, and map asset sets, like battle map sets that I've been starting to release for a couple weeks now. I'm trying to get those out every single Monday. So there's a couple of those up, some that you might have recognized if you have seen the Scarlet Pirates, but I've vamped them up, made them a lot more high res, a lot higher quality, retouched up on some of them, as Incarnate has added new assets and I've gotten better at making maps over the years. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff happening. If you want to get all of the announcements, you could do that over on Patreon or in the Discord server. But I'm gonna go ahead and read the cover story now, and then we will be off. This one's titled Master of None. Exterior. The rolling hills of the southwest section of Livneal, speckled with fruit tree orchards and sprawling vineyards, a carriage adorned with intricately carved wooden grapevines and autumn leaves, pulled by two well-groomed draft horses, made its way south of the trails. And then the Kraken burst through the surface of the neighboring sea and let out a roar. All right, that's enough, young master. You know you're not supposed to get too excited. An elderly gentleman in a well-tailored suit began to lecture a younger child barely in his teens, with stars in his eyes and a pen in his hand. The younger boy fiercely scribbled and scrapped together rough sketches while working on descriptive dialogue out loud. Yeah. You know, you would really like this next couple of characters I've been cooking up. And quit calling me that. To be continued.